Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gauntlet, where our challengers are continuing on in their never-ending quest, well hopefully it'll one day end, to completely destroy every single monster inside the monster manual. I'm your GM Scott, and joining me today we have Josh as Chrom the Crusher.
Ready to crush once again.
We have Emmy as Fess, the Shield of Kelemvor.
I was here for vengeance before Robert Pattinson.
We have RJ as Lontil, the Snapping Vine.
I'm back and stronger than before.
And we have James as Vomm Stigabashi.
Vegan murder burgers.
Before we get started, how you guys are already starting a hype train. Good Lord, everyone. Thank you to everyone who has already done that. I guess let's see what's going on here. For those of you who are new here, The Gauntlet is a live interactive D&D show where you as the audience can influence the players and give them advantage on advantage on attacks. No, I just lost everything. This is every single time a hype train happens, I break.
Every episode.
You can sabotage monsters, you can spin the wheel of chaos. It's a whole lot of fun here, and we are working towards unlocking that elusive labyrinth that is said to live beneath the Gauntlet. Before we get started, a really quick announcement. It's our birthday coming up here at the Adventurers Pack. September 2nd marks our 1 year of our first video upload to YouTube, so we are going to be celebrating all month of September with a bunch of giveaways, because what better thing to do on your birthday than to give presents to other people? That's how that works, right, guys? Yeah.
That's how I prefer it.
So we are going to be having 5 giveaways, one on each of our platforms, where we are going to be giving sets of these awesome inspiration tokens. These are courtesy of Lachlan's Loot Library. These are laser cut out of a lovely walnut. You will be getting a set of 3 of these. We're going to have a giveaway on our YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So there are links to all of those below, and if you're here, you're already part of the Twitch family. So hello and welcome, and thank you to all of the people cheering. I'll get to thanking everyone specifically when I'm done with my announcements. So yes, we're going to be doing those giveaways. If you don't want to leave it up to chance and you want to guarantee that you get a set of these, we will also be mailing out a set to all of our $5 patrons over at Patreon. So at the start of October, if you are in the $5 tier, you will be given a set of these as a gift from us to you. So happy birthday! Have a gift from us. Let's see, before we get going, we also want to do our charity shout-out. So, this month's charity is the Preemptive Love Coalition. They are a global movement of peacemakers who are committed to unmaking violence and confronting fear with acts of love. Please check out the widgets below our video for a link to their website. I believe that just about does it. Players, you're at level 4.
Yes!
So we have just tipped over. If anyone is interested, we also have the up-to-date character sheets of our level 4 characters over on our Patreon. If you have that tier, go check it out. That is live as of about 10 minutes ago. Before we get started, let's go ahead and do this. Manic Pixie Travel, thank you for all of the bits. Mr. Awesome, it's great to see you. Thank you for subscribing for your 3rd month here at the tavern. Great to have you. Psychozy, thank you for the cheer. Leaky Old Man, but thank you so much for following us. Welcome to the Adventurers Pack. Shady Scott, thank you for the bits. Benjamin, thank you for your 3-month subscription as well. I think that's... Oh, and Manic Pixie Travel, thank you for the subscription. 3 months. Great to have you here at the tavern. That's probably what caused all the hype trains. Just everyone's resubscribing. That's enough of me talking, everyone. I think that we can go ahead and get started with our first run. Well, our first getting back into the Gauntlet. Players, are you ready?
So ready.
Always ready for vengeance!
Love it! So, let's dive on in. When last we were in the Gauntlet, our players had just gotten into Challenge Rating 1 and had defeated a couple of young dragons, much to the dismay of our paladin here, and also had fought some animated armor and a fairy dragon. Now moving into the next room of the challenge rating, you see before you, you find yourselves in a wooded area. Scattered with trees to your left, you see a large wolf that you are familiar with because you have seen your companion, Lontil, shapeshift into one of these before. Next to this dire wolf, you see a smaller animal, canine as well, but this one having 2 heads. This is a death dog. To your right, you also see a massive brown bear. That's going to do it for what is in the room. Fess, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Well, this room is significantly less adorable, and I am not one to complain for that. Let me set so my measurements are not visible to everybody. Excellent.
Fess, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but before anything can happen, Shady Scott has redeemed Agent of Chaos on Lontil, so we're going to have to go ahead and spin the Wheel of Chaos.
Here we go.
It usually takes about an hour for us to actually get into the game, so don't mind us.
Look at this.
Speedy!
The chaos.
Fess, for the next minute, you have had haste cast upon you.
Oh.
Lontil, you're about to love that. That's Lontil,
Oh yeah, sorry,
right?
that's yes, that is Lontil, not Fess. So Lontil, you have had
Alright.
haste cast upon you. Also, really quick, Babs,
Excellent.
thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome back to the tavern. And during our other show, I forgot to mention that thanks to Jonathan, a few of you here have some adrenaline surges coming to you. I believe that it has been updated on the chart. So right now, Chrom, you have 2 adrenaline surges. Lilith, you have 1. Lontil, or wait, Lilith is not here, but she's got 1 off in the chat. Lontil, you have 1. Vomm, you have 1. And Lontil, you also have an inspiration. So, with all that, Babs, thank you so much for the 500 bits. We love you so much. Oh yeah, our current goal for all these bits is getting Vomm that full plate mail. We are about 15% of the way there. Let's see how this goes.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Now that I've done all of that, let's go ahead and get into it. We were on Fess. What would you like to do?
Well, considering that these animals are far less adorable, I'm just going to charge straight up here to this bear and show no fear, and I'm going to attack the bear.
All right, showing no
With my
fear,
rapier.
charging up to the large bear and going to attack the bear.
With my rapier, that is going to be, as I'm newly now stronger with the rapier, a 19 to hit.
A 19 will hit the brown bear. Please go ahead and roll damage for me.
Excellent. Alright, that is going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points of piercing damage onto the brown bear. Very nicely done. Fess, anything else from you?
That is my turn.
Alrighty. Let's see here. That is then going to bring us to Chrom the Crusher. You are up.
It's good to be back. Ready for action. Unfortunately, I have no rage, but that will not stop me from marching forward towards this double-headed dog. After all, they always say 2 heads are better than 1 for crushing. I'll make an attack with my flail.
All right, attacking with your new +1 flail, thanks to the chat.
That is a soft 20 to hit.
A soft 20 does hit the death dog. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
Alright, here we go. Not so shabby. That is 11 points of bludgeoning damage to the
11
dog.
points of bludgeoning damage to the death dog. Nicely done. As Chrom rushes up and chooses, can't choose between the heads. He just cracks them right down the center, both hitting in the temple. Very nice. Anything else from you, Chrom?
That'll do it this turn.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the dire wolf, who is going to just move right over here and cut you off. It is going to make an attack, and thanks to its pack tactics ability, it's going to do so at advantage, but the first roll with a 19 on the die is going to be a 25 to hit you, Chrom.
A 25 will certainly hit.
All right, so that is going to be 12 points of piercing damage as this massive wolf comes to your side and bites down onto your shoulder, and I need you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Alright, here goes nothing. As I try to
Chrom is
hold him
buff.
back.
Chrom is buff.
That is not very good. That is a 4 on the die, bringing it to a 10 total.
A 4 on the die, bringing it to a 10 total. Oh my gosh, that's actually... nope, still not enough to do it. You are knocked prone. Oh my gosh, thank you, Babs, for gifting the 5 subs to our, the 5 level 1 subs.
Well,
So,
Succubus.
2, Trev,
Thank you.
Leaky Void, Annabelle, Nicolette, and DFX Fallen. Welcome to the Adventurers Pack. And it looks like we are at level 4 of that hype train. Let's see where this goes. All right, so Chrom, as the direwolf hits you with its maw, grabs a hold of your shoulder, it is able to rip you onto the ground. You are now prone, and it is still above you. That is going to
Not
do it.
looking great as they try to hold it off me.
That's going to do it for the dire wolf. Unfortunately, that is going to bring us to the death dog, who, with you next to him, is going to make its first attack with its left head. But because you are prone, it is going to do so at advantage. That is a 4 on both dice, bringing it to an 8. So I don't think that's going to do it.
Kelemvor's with my friend.
Unfortunately, as you said, 2 heads are better than 1, so it is going to make the second attack with its other head, and that is going to be a 19 to hit you.
Yes, that will do it.
All right, that one is going to hit, and that is going to be 3 points of piercing damage. And Chrom, I now need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh boy, there's a lot of rolling already, but not my turn.
And while that is happening, Manic Pixie Travel, thank you so much for the 100 bits.
That's better. That's a 9 on the die for a 14 total.
Ooh, a 9 on the die for a 14. As the dog bites into you, you can feel some burning coursing into your veins, but you're able to shrug it off. You are unaffected by whatever that was.
Good.
That's going to do it for the death dog. However, let's see here.
I don't like the question mark at the end of my name.
No, that's going to be Lontil. Lontil, what's your passive perception for me really quick?
It is 16.
16, okay. You are actually able to see this before it happens. So another creature comes around the corner of this tree. You see a bugbear who chucks a javelin in your direction. You were not surprised by this, which is great because that would have been very damaging. That's only going to be an 11 to hit.
Catch that javelin in my spear, knock it down in my side.
Very nice. So that is going to do it for the bugbear, which is then going to bring us to Lontil. You are up, but before we do anything, Babs, thank you so much for the 500 bits, and also Lazy Goppy has redeemed an adrenaline surge for Fess. That hype train at level 4 is at 67%, and we're actually really close to unlocking the labyrinth. 3 days left, and we're at 97%. So,
Nice. Wonderful.
Lontil, you're up. What would you like to do?
So as this javelin comes hurtling in and I'm able to deflect it away, I'll turn to my colleague, Vomm, to my side and say, keep the wolf away from the other allies. It's pretty strong when they work in packs. I'm going to advance 5, 10, 15, let's go 20 feet here.
All right.
I would like to hurl my spear at the dire wolf.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll that attack for me. And as you are rolling that attack, I forgot to say, Manic Pixie Travel, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. My gosh.
I'm going to use my adrenaline surge to re-roll that die.
Alrighty.
Much better. It'll be a 17.
A 17 is going to hit the direwolf. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
And that will be 7 points of piercing damage as my spear finds purchase in the back of his head, back of his leg.
Very nice. All right.
Then,
Mm-hmm.
since I am feeling very hasty, I would like to use the rest of my movement to come around 5, 10, 15, 20 feet, starting here, and come up around behind the bugbear.
Okay.
And I would like to make another attack with my scimitar.
All right, go ahead. And with your scimitar, let's see that attack.
19 to hit GM.
A 19 does hit the bugbear. Let's see that damage.
All right, that's going to be 6 points of slashing damage.
6 points of slashing damage as you rend into this bugbear who you kind of flanked around the tree there, learning from its own trickery. Very nicely done. Anything else from you, Lontil?
That is my first turn with haste, and I am loving it. Well done.
All right. That is then going to bring us to another creature. But before that happens, thank you so much, everyone, for completing that hype train. We got to level 3. Looks like we had quite a few things happen there. We love you all. For those of you who were gifted subscriptions, welcome to the Adventurers Pack and welcome to the Tavern.
Yes,
All
thank you, everybody. Welcome.
So grateful for our audience. We fight for your glory.
Absolutely.
Fess.
And hype.
And hype. Glory and hype. The
Fess.
lifeblood of the Gauntlet.
Fess, you hear, coming from the south of you, a soft voice, and as you turn, you see a creature that seems to be made of leaves and bark, staring at you with exquisite beauty and catching your gaze. And she speaks to you. Fess, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me. And she says, "Friend, come, help me."
You know what? I have an adrenaline surge, so I can reroll it if this goes badly. So I'm not. It's a wisdom save, right?
Wisdom saving throw.
Super. Let's find out. Ooh, we're gonna re-roll that natural one. We're not going to. Not this day. Not this day
Very
for
smart.
Kelemvor.
All right, so
That's
using
going
your
to-
adrenaline surge.
Yes, I am, and that's going to be a 15.
A 15. You just barely shrug off as you feel the pull of this dryad asking you to come to her aid. You look her in the eye and say no. And with that, you then watch as the dryad steps into the tree itself and vanishes.
Not this day. Not this day, tree lady.
That is then going to bring us to the brown bear, who is then, as you are turned away, going to give a quick attack at you. That is going to... It's going to be a 14 on its first attack, which Shield of Kelemvor. What's your armor class?
Class at level 4 is still 21.
So that first one's not going to hit, and the second attack that it makes with a 19 is also not going to do anything. That's going to be
Cutie
it
bear.
for the brown bear's turn, which is then going to bring us to Vomm. You are up.
Haha, excellent. I'm going to run up on over here, and for my action, I'm going to hit the wolf with my hammer.
Alrighty, go ahead and make that attack roll for me.
And I would say he counts as flanked here, wouldn't you?
I think, yeah, you're able to draw a line.
Marvelous. Okay, well, good, because one of those was a natural one, but that will be a 23 to hit.
23 does hit the direwolf. Go ahead and roll damage.
Spectacular. So from the hammer, that will be a total of 6 bludgeoning damage.
6 points of bludgeoning damage. Very nicely done.
For my bonus action,
Yes,
I
sir.
raise the big hammer to the sky and call upon the vengeance of Chrom the One-Eyed Lord of Slaughter and summon my spiritual weapon adjacent to me.
Adjacent to you, as Vomm summons forth a spectral, jagged spear appears next to him. And that is somewhat translucent, but the tip of it red and dripping in blood. Let me go ahead and give you control of that.
Thank you very much. I'm going to make an attack if you don't object.
I mean, I object, but you're welcome. You can do it anyway.
Natural 20.
Yes!
Yeah,
Okay!
did.
As the spiritual weapon
That's
is
an
summoned,
auspicious beginning.
it summons already lashing forward, going into the direwolf, and it does not see this coming at all. Turns, and it goes actually into its throat. Let's see how much damage that does.
15 piercing.
Whoa! Nah!
15 points of piercing damage to the dire wolf. Yeah, the spear goes into its open jaw and actually cuts a chunk of the side of its mouth open. It's still there, but boy, it is not looking great at all. Vomm, anything else from you?
No, I'm quite happy about that, so no.
Alright, as you should be. That is then going to bring us to the top of the round. With Fess, you are up. Chrom, you are on deck.
As much as I'm feeling a little alone over here and would love to give my friends some friendship, I think I'm just gonna need to stay with this bear here.
Alright.
With my rapier, I take a righteous swing That's going to be a 22 to hit.
A 22 does hit the brown bear. Let's go ahead and see that damage.
Barely so. That is going to be 10 points of piercing damage.
10 points of piercing damage coming from the Living Vengeance herself. Anything else from you, Fess?
I'm not going anywhere. This seems like exactly where I need to be to distract this bear. I will end.
Alrighty. With that, Chrom, you are now up.
Alright, Chrom will pull himself up off the ground, covered in blood. Not looking good, but he's out of options. Nothing to do but to look Vomm in the eye and say, "My brother, let's show this dire wolf the meaning of friendship," and I'll attack it with my flail.
Alrighty. So,
Like
the
a
flanked dire
flash
wolf. Go ahead and roll that attack for me.
Seems
That
a little
is-
bit soppy to me, but I'll go with it.
That is an 18 and a natural 20.
Alrighty.
Boy.
Hits. Go ahead and roll damage. The poor direwolf is not gonna live through this.
Alright, and Chrom has a new trick. Now that he's level 4, the Chrom curse will never hit him again. For now, I have a feat called Savage Attacker, where I get to re-roll a damage die every single turn.
Nice.
I love that Chrom took a feat just to defeat this curse. It makes me
Oh, yes.
eternally happy, and Kelemvor has blessed you with this strength.
May this curse be broken because the first die was a 5, the second die was a 7. So that is double to 14 with an additional 5 points of damage for a total of 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
19 points of bludgeoning damage to the direwolf as the bottom half of the direwolf's jaw, it was cut slightly open. It turns, seeing you get up, and you crack it across the lower jaw in the same movement of you standing up, severing it entirely, and it goes flying. The direwolf sways slightly and falls to the ground, dead.
And that is why flanking is friendship.
I guess for hedge
Nice, Chrom. Anything else from you?
Yes, I will now turn towards this double-headed dog, and I will start to circle around it, placing it between me and my ally Vomm, setting him up for some more friendship.
Alrighty. So that is then going to bring us to the death dog, who is going to, kind of watching you turn to flank him. Its first head is going to take a bite at you, and that is going to be a 10 to hit. Not going to do it. Its second head, lashing out afterwards, is a 15 to hit.
Still no.
Still doesn't do anything. So as that second head goes to bite down, suddenly for you, Chrom, the world seems to stop as Crandall95 has redeemed Agent of Chaos on Chrom. So let's go ahead and spin
Crandall,
the
my good
Wheel of
friend.
Chaos. Crandall95, it's great to see you. Befuddled. Oh, this is a negative effect. Let's see here. Chrom, you are now confused. For the next minute, I need you to. Actually, I need to get the spell out to make sure that I've got it all worked
What do you
out.
mean? Chrom is always confused.
Chrom confused is the ultimate in hilarity. As much as I love fighting with my friend, this is also very entertaining.
Chrom is confused. What else is new?
Luckily, there's no allies around this time. Sorry.
Hopefully you don't just walk into a wall. We've had that recently too.
So, Chrom, at the start of your turn, you can't take reactions, and at the start of your turn, I need you to roll a d10 to let me know what happens on your turn. At the end of your turns, you are also able to make a wisdom saving throw to see if you succeed. I am gonna say, actually, oh wait, nope, that was not your turn. That was the direwolf's turn. So, yep, the death dog's turn. So that's gonna be that, which is then going to bring us to the bugbear, who is going to turn to Lontil, seeing her come around the tree, and swing its Morning Star at you. That is going to be an 8 to hit, Lontil.
Not a chance.
Not at all. So that's going to be it for the bugbear, which is then going to bring us to Lontil. You are up.
I took 2 swipes at it. I took a swipe at it, but it is a bit taller than I expected. So I'm going to use my first action to disengage. Didn't quite like the look of that club it's holding. I'll disengage for my first action. Lontil's not
Also-
the smartest in the room.
As you're doing this, Crandall95, thank you so much for the 700 bits. He says, my apologies, Chrom.
Yes, absolutely forgiven.
Yeah.
Thank you for the bits. You did not have to do that. Chrom loves chaos, good or bad.
All right, so Lontil, disengaging
like
and moving
to-
away.
Yes. I would like to move back, what's that, 5, 10, about 15 feet. I would like to plant my scimitar in the earth beneath me, draw my wand of the War Mage, and, with a new cantrip that I learned overnight, hurl a little ball of fire right at its face from this distance here. I'm going to use Produce Flame
All
to
right,
roll an attack.
very nice. So Lontil, drawing her new wand, with the wand in hand, suddenly a flame about the size of a baseball is produced at the end of it, and she flings it forward. What was the attack roll?
Yes, a 9.
9 to hit. With this both new wand and somewhat new spell, the baseball-sized ball of flame curves ever so slightly and goes off and hits the edge of the cave wall behind. All right, so
Well-
Lontil, that was your, I believe, your two
Two actions.
Anything else from
Still
you?
have a lot of movement left, so I'm going to agree that flanking is friendship and position myself here.
Very nicely done. All right, that is then going to
And
bring
I'll-
us. Oh, Lontil, yes.
All done.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the Dryad, who is going to, let's see here, step out from behind this tree and is going to catch your gaze, Chrom. Catch your
Oh,
gaze,
no.
Chrom,
Oh,
and
no.
she speaks to
So
you.
much worse.
Friend, come, aid me. And she extends her hand, beckoning it towards you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Chrom, don't look at the pretty tree lady. It's bad.
Which kind of saving throw?
A wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I will use an adrenaline surge to reroll this. Oh, that's worse. Okay, that's a 12. 12 on the save.
A 12. You hear the voice of this beautiful woodland creature and feel compelled to be her friend and to help in any way that she requests. Within
Now it's
reason.
good I'm confused.
You are now also, in addition to being confused, you are subject to her Fey charm. You consider her a friend and will, to the best of your ability, do as she asks without putting. Let me make sure. You will do the actions in the most favorable way that you can. You won't necessarily attack things that she asks. You just consider her a great friend.
Right.
All right.
This is great.
And she's actually going to stay where she is, next to this tree, which is then going to bring us to the brown bear, who is going to take another. It's not very smart. It's going to take another swipe over at our Shield of Kelemvor here. That is going to be. That's going to be a 21 to hit as it swipes at you with its claw.
Oh, damn it.
I'm really excited when something hits me. I'm impressed, Bear.
I
I'm
am
impressed how much damage
so
this is doing.
excited. Also, can I just say, Manic Pixie Travel, thank you so much for joining our Tier 3 subscriptions. You now have access to the Watcher emote. It's so nice to see some more eyes out there.
Cool emote.
Hey!
All right, so that is going to be 13 points of slashing damage, Fess, as the brown bear cuts across your chest. It is then going to follow up with a bite attack, which is only going to be an 8 to hit.
Good. Yeah, no, I'm reeling in pain, and I just get my shield up right in time.
All right, that needs to needs to be it for the bear. I'd say unfortunately, but I'm sure you're quite happy about that. Which is then going to bring us to Vomm Stigabashi. You're up. Fess, you are on deck. Chrom, you're in the hole.
Lovely. All right, gonna move the old spear of Grumsh up to here and myself up to here, and I'm gonna come running up with my hammer first, just going, hello, treacle. And I'm gonna try and hit her in the face with it.
Alrighty, and before you can do anything, Manic Pixie Travel has redeemed Agent of Chaos on Vomm. So you step
lord.
forward, and the whole world begins to slow down ever so slightly as a massive wheel appears in the sky. No, that's not canon. That doesn't actually happen. Longevity. Vomm, this is a positive benefit. So, longevity. Let me see here. For the next minute, you recover 5 hit points at the start of your turn.
That one is so good. Oh, it's
Thank
so
you,
good.
Medic. See? Oh, this next kill I dedicate to you.
All right, Vomm. So, going ahead and getting that attack going. Let's see that roll.
Right. That'll be a 17.
17 does hit the Dryad. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
Vomm Stigabashi, love me some smashy. That'll be 8 bludgeoning.
8 bludgeoning on the Dryad. Very nicely done.
And then with the spear, stabby stabby.
All right, kind of a 1-2 combo we got going on here.
That will be another 15.
Another 15 to hit or damage?
Oh, to hit.
15 to hit.
I've rolled damage.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That'll be 10 piercing.
10 points of piercing damage. Wow, 18 in one go. Nicely done, Vomm. That was a lot for the Dryad, and she actually starts to look scared. And Chrom, this upsets you. Vomm, anything else from you?
She absolutely should look scared, but that's all I can do in 6 seconds.
Alrighty, that is then going to bring us to Fess. You are up. Chrom, you are on deck.
Alright, I'm very concerned about my friend who's making googly eyes at the weird tree lady, but I'm going to continue to stab at the bear because I've got good friendship happening here, and Vomm seems to have this under control. That's going to be maths. Soft 20 to hit.
A soft 20 does hit the brown bear. Let's see that damage.
White. Oh, that's very good. That's very good. That's 11 points.
11 points of piercing damage onto the brown bear. You are able to stab into its paw as it comes back from the swipe, and you feel it actually go and dig into the bone in its arm. It did not like that at all and is not looking very good. Anything else from you, Fess?
That is my turn.
Okay, that is then going to bring us to Chrom. You are up.
Alright, so I roll a d10, right?
Yep, you roll a d10 for that unfortunate confusion.
That's a 1.
A 1. All right. You use all of your movement to move in a random direction. Let me see here.
Is it the wall?
All right. So, actually, yeah, you do try and move towards the wolf. You are unable to do so. But so you move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You move here to say hi to Fess, and I actually need to check on a ruling really quick. Because I don't know if this counts as moving of your own choice. I believe that technically you used your movement to do that, so you leave its field of attack, so it does get an attack of opportunity on you for that. That is only going to be a 14, or wait, no, a 12 to hit, so you're pretty good there.
Completely oblivious as I just watch off. Hello, Fess. Isn't it a fine day today? Good to see you. Oh, that is a fuzzy bear.
Chrom just becomes the most amiable person.
We're gonna need to work on the priorities when this is done here. Okay, buddy, I will give him an air 5 for confusion.
And as that is happening,
Happiest air 5 you've ever gotten.
the death dog is going to give chase like a pup going after a ball that's been thrown, and with its first attack, that's a 19 to hit with its first bite attack.
Yep.
All right, that is going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
And that will take me to the ground. Completely
Alright.
happy the whole way down.
So Chrom is
Okay.
down. With its second attack, it is then going to bite at you as well. That is going to then, now that you're prone at advantage, that's going to be a 16 to hit.
Does my shield still work when I'm on the ground?
I think it's only when you're wielding it. So I'm
I figured as much. That will hit. Just
all right.
barely.
So Chrom, that is one failed death save from you.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let me double check something. Any attack that hits the creature who is unconscious, if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature, counts as a critical. So, Chrom, that is 2 failed death saves on your part. Which is then going to bring us to the bugbear, which is going to continue to give chase to Lontil. How smart are you, bugbear? Not great. So it's not going to worry about flanking whatsoever. And that is going to be...
Bugbears don't have friends.
No, bugbears have 0 friends. That is going to be a 9 to hit, Lontil.
Can't touch me, you stupid bugger.
Alrighty. So that is going to be it for the bugbear, which is then going to bring us to Lontil. You are up.
I can feel the rush of the crowd around me, all of the weapons and the growling and the snarling. I would like to once again use my first action to disengage from the bugbear.
Okay.
And then I would like to hastily run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet over to my fallen friend Chrom, and I would like to reach down my hand as the sparkling black and green energy extends, and I would like to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Alrighty. Really quick. Okay, yep, you are good to go. So go ahead and roll that healing for me, please.
All right, so that is going to be 12 points of healing back to Chrom.
Very nice.
I look up at Lontil as I wake up and think, thank you, my friend. This is the true meaning of friendship. Flanking's good, but healing is better.
So that was 20 feet of movement. I would like to run over to the middle. 5, 10, 15, 20. About here and attempt to retrieve my spear.
All right, sounds good. I will say you go ahead and do so.
All right, and then I will finish my turn there.
Alrighty. Chrom, just so you know, really quickly, you are no longer confused, and you are no longer charmed by the Fey creature.
Amazing. It's like
Yeah.
we planned it.
That is then going to bring us to the Fey creature, who is not liking this one little bit. She is going to attempt to charm you, Vomm. This is probably not going to go well for her, but I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Certainly.
I don't know how I feel about this. The part of me that likes humor really would like to see this fail, but the part of me that likes winning really wants you to win.
23.
Yes!
Yeah, you succeed.
Win.
She looks at you and says, "Please leave me be," and it has no effect upon you. Seeing that, she is going to, as a bonus action, step into the tree. I think that doing so technically counts as her... it's technically a teleportation effect, so she merges into the tree itself and vanishes. Let's see here. Hold on. There we go. So that's going to be that. Which is then going to bring us to the brown bear, who is going to attempt to attack Fess. That is going to be a 10 for the claw attack, and a 20 for the bite attack.
Ha! Not even your 20 can hit me, bear. And I'll dance out of the way.
Well, that'll be it for the bear, which is then going to bring us to Vomm, you are up. Fess, you are on deck. Chrom, you're in the hole and on the ground.
Right. I'm gonna stay where I am. Very, very annoyed I didn't get to stove in some fey heads. And instead I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at that bear.
Ooh, very nice. So that is a dex save from the bear?
Correct.
All right, with an 18 on the die, well, that's going to be an 18 total.
That will succeed, I'm afraid.
All right, so the brown bear somehow sees this radiant energy beaming in from the sky and just steps over to one side rather dexterously for a bear. You're all rather surprised. Anything else from you, Vomm?
I am simply going to move my spear to here.
Okay. Let
that be that.
That is then going to bring us to Fess. You are up.
Alright, I was gonna heal my friend, but he's looking great. Thanks, Lontil. So now I get to go back to killing the bear with my rapier.
All right.
That's going to be... I just got new math. Not great. That's going to be a 10 to hit.
A 10, unfortunately, does not hit the brown bear.
That's all right. That'll be my turn. I'll glare menacingly at the bear after I just matrixed it.
Alrighty. Which is then going to bring us to Chrom. You're up.
Alright, Chrom will rise to his feet. Still quite bloodied, but feeling a little better. Put his back to Fess and try to knock some heads. Very good. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh, a 21 does hit the death dog. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
And might as well re-roll that. That is maximum damage, 12.
12 points of damage to the death dog, who, let's see, had already taken a pretty brutal hit, but is still looking all right. Both heads are still gnarling at you. And let me go ahead and...
Gnarl back. That will be my turn.
Okay, which is then going to bring us to the death dog, who is going to attempt an attack on you. Its first attack is a 21 to hit, Chrom.
That'll do it.
All right, that is going to be 4 points of piercing damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Great. Alright, much better this time. That's a soft 20.
Very nice. Once again, you feel this burning coming from the mouth, the saliva of this dog, but you're able to shrug it off. The second attack, being only a 13 to hit, does nothing. And that's going to do it for the death dog, which is then going to bring us to it's going to bring us to the bugbear, who is going to move to about here and attempt to chuck a javelin at Lontil. That's going to be a 10 to hit. Not going to do it.
That's what happens when you don't have...
Unfortunately, no.
And that will do it for the bugbear, which now brings us to Lontil. You are up. What would you like to do?
Dodging that first attack, I would like to return fire and hurl my spear
All
at
right.
the bugbear. So that is going to be 21 to hit.
Oh, a 21 does hit the bugbear. As it chucks its javelin, you respond in kind. How much damage?
4 points of piercing
4
damage.
points of piercing damage. Very nice.
And then I would like to, so that was my first action. I would like to, for my second action, hold the dodge action for whatever attacks me next.
All right, so taking the dodge action, so any attacks on you are going to be at disadvantage until your next turn. Very nice.
Yes, so
Which is
that'll
then
finish my turn.
going to bring us to the Dryad, who is going to step out from behind this tree. And it's going to make eyes at you, Lontil, and beckon towards you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
I'm going to use my point of inspiration to roll this on advantage.
All right, nicely done.
Natural 20.
Very nice. Hearing her call, you give no mind whatsoever. She once again steps into the tree. You all actually at this angle can see that rather than disappearing into the tree and vanishing entirely, she actually instantaneously steps out from this one.
Oh boy.
Which is
it's disorienting.
then going to bring us to the brown bear, who is going to make an attack against Fess. That is going to be a 21 to hit on the claw, Fess.
Oof. All right. That's it. That's the AC. You did it, Bear. You figured it out.
It's going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
I am down.
Fess is down as the bear then follows up with a bite attack on advantage because you are prone. Oh, that was a natural 1 and a 3. Not going to hit you, Fess.
Bear. My
All
armor
right.
is too cool.
That is then going to bring us to Vomm. You are up, and Fess, you're on deck.
Right. For my bonus action, the spear slices through the air towards that death hound and tries to stab it,
All right.
as spears are wont to do.
Let us see that attack roll.
15.
A 15 does hit the death dog. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
Oh, I'm very happy with this here spear. That will be 6 piercing.
6 points of piercing damage to the two-headed dog. Very nice. The spear coming in and jabbing in the hindquarters of the animal. That is your bonus action. Anything else you would like to do, Vomm?
For my movement, I'm going to move myself over to here. I'm also, while I remember to do that, going to regain 5 hit points from...
Nice.
How much longer do I have on that, by the way?
I believe this is your second or third turn of it. You get a total of 10 turns.
Oh, marvelous!
Yeah.
So I've got quite a bit more then. It's been in play for about as long as my spiritual weapon has, so I think that's my 4th one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold the attack action for when anything comes into smacking range.
All right. Nice. Fess, you are now up. I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
Quite. Ah, that is a 1.
That is a 1. So we have our first failure from Fess. Chrom, you're up.
Alright, I look back at my fallen ally, and fortunately there's nothing I can do, so Kelemvor hold you as I attack this double-headed dog once more. Oh, very nice. That is 23 to hit.
23 does hit. Let's see how much damage you are able to inflict on the death dog.
That's a 1 on the damage die, so I'm going to re-roll it. The
No more
clock is
curse
broken. A 7 now, plus 5 is 12.
12 points of damage. Very nice. Wow. That's actually more than what you needed to crack the skull wide open. You can see you actually entirely destroy one of the 2 heads on this dog, and the other one seems to go numb with it. It seems as though it can't survive with only 1 head. It is gone. Chrom, anything
right.
else from you?
Unfortunately, I'm not feeling great, but gotta do something. I'm going to move right over Fess's body to the bear, shout at his face, "Leave her alone! Come after me!"
All right.
Or I
That's...
make out and give you a thumbs up.
As Chrom attempts to scream at this bear, that is going to bring us to... well, everything but the bugbear is dead, and it was actually doing this, so this works out nicely. It's going to run up towards Lontil, which is going to trigger Vomm's held action. So, Vomm, if you would like to take that attack for me.
Thank you very much.
Crush him!
Natural 20.
Oi! Woo!
Nice. All right, let's see that damage. As the bugbear comes rushing towards Lontil, its Morning Star out.
9 bludgeoning.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. As you crack it across the head, it did not like that one little bit, but is going to continue to rush forward and is going to attempt to attack Lontil with its Morning Star at disadvantage because of the dodge action, which is going to bring that only to an 11, which does not hit Lontil. Which then brings us to Lontil. You are up. What would you like to do?
Oh, this is a wonderful bout. Back and forth. I would like to... is he looking rather bloody, GM?
It's looking pretty rough, but is still standing decently strong.
All right. I would like to... Let's go ahead. Shift 5 feet to my left.
All right.
Take a swipe with... Actually, I don't have my scimitar, do I? I left it over there.
I don't think you ever dropped your scimitar. I don't recall you doing that.
I had to put it down to cast a spell. To cast my cantrip.
Did you just sheath it? Oh wait, no, that's right, because you had to then draw your wand. Yep,
Yeah.
that is correct.
Yeah. So I am going to... Ooh, makes it actually an interesting decision. All right. I am going to... bonus action, beast shape.
Okay.
Into a giant spider.
Alrighty, so Lontil, their lizard-like form, begins to change, growing extra appendages until they have become the giant spider. Let me go ahead and make sure that you have control of that.
And
there you go.
If I read the rules of haste correctly, GM, my AC is still increased by 2.
It is, yes.
Even if I'm in a beast shape. All right, great. Thank you so much. Then, for my first action, I would like to attempt to rear back a little bit, the hind legs of this 8-legged creature, spindle, and shoot a web at this bugbear in front of me.
Okay, what does he need to make a save, or are you making an attack?
It is a ranged attack.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
Is this on advantage GM still?
Yes, it is. It is flanked.
Right,
oh wait,
cool.
this is a ranged attack, so no, it would not be flanked.
Okay. I rolled 2 die accidentally, so I'm just going to go ahead and set those aside, pick up a brand new die, and roll that. That's a 9 to hit.
Unfortunately, a 9 is not going to hit the bugbear.
All right. That was my first trick. For my second trick, I would like to lunge forward and make a regular bite attack.
Alrighty, making a bite attack. Go ahead and roll that attack for me. That one will be at advantage.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and grab this here. That is a 22 GM.
A 22 will hit the bugbear. Let's go ahead and see that damage.
So that is going to be 11 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw from the bugbear, please.
Lontil, you should know by now that whenever you do an attack and ask for something else, you've already killed it. The bugbear drops to the ground after being bit by the massive mandibles of this giant spider that you all know as Lontil. Lontil, anything else from you?
I think I would like to have a little fun, and as my spider, climb on top of this tree.
Oh.
I do have a climbing speed.
All right. Yeah, we'll say you're at the...
climbing speed of 30 feet.
We'll say you're...
And I would like to hang...
About...
I'd like to hang out
at the top of the tree.
I'd like to hang out on top of that tree.
Okay. That is then going to bring us to the Dryad, who, not liking what all is going on here, is going to reach out and cast Entangle. Let's see here. So, as she reaches out, roots and vines begin to grow in a, let's see, a 20-foot square, which is going to encompass... Yep, it's going to get everyone except Lontil. So I need everyone to, let's see, make a let's see. Da-da-da. So the ground is now difficult terrain. I will go ahead and draw that here in a second. And I need you all to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
I assume I automatically fail it.
Oh yeah, you are just engulfed by these roots.
Will they do damage to me?
No, so you are also now considered restrained, and should you come back to consciousness, you will be restrained as well.
Great.
And that is going to be in that square. So, Vomm, what was your strength save?
Just a 10.
A 10. Unfortunately, you are also restrained. Chrom, what was yours?
Mine was a 23.
A 20. You shrug these off, no problem whatsoever. Also, really quick, Shady Scott has redeemed Rousing Speech, giving everyone a point of inspiration. Thank you, Shady Scott. Alrighty, so that's... The Dryad's actually going to stay where she is. She's feeling pretty safe right there, which is then going to bring us to the bear. It is going to attack you, Chrom, since you are its most direct opponent.
As it should.
That's going to be a 15 to hit with its claw.
Nope.
But then with its bite, that is going to be a 19.
Yeah, that'll hit. I open myself up as I deflect the first.
All right, that is going to be 8 points of piercing damage as it bites into your arm.
You really love these words. 8 is exactly what you needed.
Oh. So Chrom 2 goes down. Okay, that's going to do it for the bear. That's going to bring us to Vomm Stigabashi. You are up.
Right.
I should let you know
Okay.
that with the entangle, since you are restrained, you can use your action to make a strength check to try and get out of it.
Right. Firstly, I'm gonna send my spear slicing through the air towards this bear
Alrighty.
and try and finish that off.
Okay, go ahead and roll that attack roll for me, please.
Oh dear, only an 8.
An 8. Unfortunately, an 8 is not going to do it. Your
I
spear
should've-
goes a little wild.
For the adrenaline surge, just so I know for future, could that also? Because technically that's a spell attack. So would that apply or not?
Oh yeah, I'd say you can use Adrenaline Surge to re-roll pretty much any D20 you roll.
Well, all right then. I'll bear that in mind for the future. I think it's probably a bit long for me to say I'm going to re-roll that one, but noted. And then I will use my action to try and break free of these vines.
Okay, so give me a strength check, please.
8.
8. Well, before I let you know if anything happens, do you want to, now that you know about the Adrenaline Surge, do you want to use it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so go ahead.
Same or worse?
5.
5. Unfortunately, neither is going to do it. You still have these vines growing all around you. You are unable to move. That is your turn and your bonus action, which, unless, Vomm, do you have any tricks up your sleeve?
I've achieved nothing!
Well, that's going to bring us to Fess. I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
I rolled a natural 1 on the last one. I have 2 fails. Is that not correct?
Oh, that you did roll a natural 1, so that is 2 failed death saves for Fess.
And question before I do this.
Yes.
Can I adrenaline surge a death
You can't.
save?
You have to be conscious to use your adrenaline surges.
There comes the master. I respect that. I am dead.
Oh no!
Fess has perished.
With 2 healing potions in my pocket and a bunch of healing in my hands.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm back to full health.
That brings us to
Yeah, that room.
that brings us to Chrom. You are up. Lontil, you are on deck.
Right, death save from me, I assume.
Yep.
That's a 13.
13. So that is 1 success for Chrom. Alrighty. Lontil, you are up. What would you like to do?
Alright, first thing I'm going to roll the die to see if I get my web back. Nope. Alright, I would like to climb down from the tree.
Okay.
Of my climb speed. So that's probably 30 feet to get down, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Then my
Also remember
speed is still doubled.
Exactly.
Yep. So I would like to come down here on the I would like to come down here and attack the bear with
Okay.
my bite attack.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack. And as you are doing so, I just want to give a friendly reminder to everyone that death is an inevitability here in the Gauntlet. It is okay. Fess will be back. But one thing that this does mean is Fess gets to join you all in the chat until they are brought back. So don't worry, don't mourn. Everyone is going to die eventually.
Death is
24 to hit.
24 does hit the brown bear. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
So that is going to be 4 points of piercing damage, and you know it's got a Constitution save, please.
And you know it as well, Lontil. It doesn't have to because that's enough to take down the brown bear. Nicely done. Lontil, anything else from you?
Oh yes, I would like to move around and attack the Dryad.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that's also... I'm gonna use my point of inspiration. I do have it.
Okay.
Much better. 24 again.
24 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And I'm actually going to say, Lontil, that was your adrenaline surge, not your inspiration. So inspiration needs to be announced beforehand that you're going to roll at advantage.
Apologies.
That's all good.
Did I have an additional one? Because I didn't have it marked down.
Yes, you do. It looks like
adrenaline surge.
in the chat here, I have you marked down with an adrenaline surge,
Okay.
so you are good.
So I'm going to put my inspiration bic using the adrenaline surge, 24 to hit. That is 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay. And
then a
Lontil, you know the
Constitution
song and
save?
dance. No save from it because that is enough to take down the Dryad.
Hey.
So, as this woodland creature,
so-
you can see, begins to rot, the leaves turning brown and falling, and the wood creating their skin, decaying as they fall to the ground, dead. Lontil, anything else on your turn?
I will hold there.
We'll hold there. All right. And as that is happening, you feel the rush of air moving past you, and you find yourselves now in your ever-comforting sanctuary.
Oh.
Minus the dead ally.
Yes, minus the dead ally. Here, 1 second, while I just take care of this and blep. So,
That's the sound death makes. Blip.
as this is happening, I'm going to keep us in initiative order, specifically for this reason. Chrom is still unconscious and making death saving throws. So,
Oh boy! Gonna roll a
Vomm,
bunch.
you are up.
Sorry, was that me?
Yes.
Right. I step forward and I cast Cure Wounds on Chrom at first level.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll that healing to bring Chrom back from the brink of death.
Oh, not
And while
bad,
that-
not maximum. But that will be an additional 9 hit points.
9 points of health back to Chrom the Crusher. And as that is happening, Mr. Awesome, thank you so much for the 500 bits. A wonderful celebration for now getting to your first sanctuary in Challenge Rating 1.
Thank you, sir.
Well, players, it is about that time that you are able to take a rest. We are still very shortly into our episode, so we're not going to take a break here. I think that we are going to continue on. So take this time, take a short rest. Fess, play dead. Good, you're doing a great job.
I feel very responsible. I did not hear you roll a natural 1, Emmy, to giving you
It's
2
alright.
death saves. I would have played things very differently had I heard that.
That's okay.
is all right.
I will not talk strategy now because I'm dead.
Okay.
Sorry, Fess. Wish there was something we could do for her. Hey, Vomm, how many more levels until there's something we can do about that?
Oh, I'm not immediately sure.
But not yet, right?
Oh,
Nothing yet.
definitely not yet.
That's too bad. Hey, when that time comes, cool thing about me, as a Zelda barbarian, you don't need any material components to bring me back from the dead.
Noted.
Yeah, just so you know.
Very, very nice.
Yellow diamonds for Fess in this case.
All right. So, as we are having this downtime, you all taking your short rest, I want to take this time to remind all of our viewers that all of the bits that are being donated in the chat are going currently towards getting Vomm a set of full plate mail, which is going to be awesome, and get that armor up. And also the tips that are the actual coinage of those bits are going to having the Adventures Pack grow to continue to bring you more content. We also have our follower giveaway. Every 50 followers, we are going to be giving away a Hero Forge mini painted by myself to one of our followers. So if you're watching this and are enjoying this, please consider giving us a follow. If not for the enjoying of the content, to try and get one of those minis. Come on, you know you want one.
And if you haven't seen already, Scott is quite good at the whole painting thing.
Oh, yes.
Aw, thank you, Vomm. Or James.
It's what started this whole thing a year ago.
Alrighty. As we are doing that, players, anything else that you would like to do here in the sanctuary?
Yes, as we take the short rest, I spend my only hit die that I got from this level up here. Luckily, I rolled maximum, so that is 15 additional points of healing on top of the 9
Ooh, you know.
All
at
right.
24, which is exactly half of my new HP pool.
Very nice. Also, I want to let you all know that we are still 97% of the way. Also, for all of our viewers who are getting inspiration for watching this show, we're trying to open up the labyrinth. We are less than 4,000. No, wait, hold on. Less than 5,000 away from unlocking it. It might happen today, guys. You might get to see what is under that trap door.
Oh, tease me.
Please.
So, with all that being said, players, are you ready to step forward into the continuation of the Gauntlet?
Ready as we'll ever be.
We are.
Bring on the blood.
Okay. So, as you step through the front gate, once again, stepping into the black abyss, you find the air rushing past you, and you come into an underground cave directly to your north and to your east. You can feel the heat radiating off of flowing magma underneath the ground and bursting above it. You can see to the far northeast is a large tent, outside of which a small grayish dwarf is having a chat with a creature that you have fought in the past, a goblin. However, this one seems to be decked out in a little heavier armor and has some markings of note on him. Also, to the far east, you can see a creature that is shambling around, a long tongue lapping from its opened jaw. You recognize this as a ghoul, and the dwarf creature as a Duragar. With that, let me make sure that I've got... also, Shady Scott has given an adrenaline surge to Lontil and also to Vomm. Now, first up, I believe... Let me make sure we got this. Yes, first up is Chrom. You are up first. What would you like to do?
Seeing this fabric tent and this tight grouping of allies, Chrom has an idea. He'd like to try something a little different this turn. Pulls out a flask of oil from the pouch at his hip and stuffs a little spare piece of cloth into the oil, and then would like to light it on fire.
Okay.
Molotov cocktail.
Action of that. Am I allowed to do?
Well, I'm gonna say, for the creating of this, go ahead and give me... Are you proficient with any, like, crafting tools of any sorts? Like tinkerer's tools or anything?
None.
Okay. In that
I
case...
have tinkerer's kit on me. No. I never doubt that I took that into battle. Never mind.
Okay. In that case, to craft this, I'm going to say go ahead and give me just a straight intelligence check.
So good at these. That was a D12. Let me try again.
That seems appropriate for Chrom.
So good at them, you use entirely the wrong die.
It's fitting, really, actually. That's an 11 on the die, -2 for my intelligence. It's 9. Yes, 9.
9. Okay. So I'm going to say that you, rather than uncorking the flask, you take the bit of cloth and tie it around the top and light it and chuck it. Go ahead and give me a quick athletics check.
Great. This one I'm good at least. That is a natural 20.
Natural.
Yeah.
So with your athletics on top of that, what is the total roll?
That is 26.
26. Okay. So you chuck the flask of oil, and it lands. Where were you throwing it?
At this front guy here.
At this front guy here. All right. It lands and bounces. And let me see here. I'm just gonna pull up a quick bottle to use. Yeah, that'll work. It lands, and it lands on the base of the flask, where I guess it was really well crafted, and it kind of bounces and rolls onto the ground. There is now a flaming jar. So the jar is intact, but the rest of the cloth that is wrapped around the edge of it is still on fire and burning away. So that's right there.
Great.
So there's a flask of oil there, and yes. Chrom, anything else from you?
Chrom's gonna like look around and be like, exactly as planned. That'll do it.
All right. That then is going to take us to the goblin boss, who is going to step past a little actually. Yeah. You can see that he's a bit shocked and taken aback by the throwing of this, and begins to retreat into the tent, and uses some of its movement to go in. But as it lands, sees that there's no harm, and is going to come back out. And is going to stand right about here, and it is going to chuck a javelin at you, Chrom. And that is going to be a 6 to hit, as this small goblin chucks a javelin at you. That's not going to do much of anything. And that's it for the...
My turn.
And that's going to be it for the goblin boss, which is then going to bring us to the ghoul, who is going to rush forward here, and it is going to hold its claws out, looking at you, with its tongue drooping from its mouth, just. And as that is happening, to the north, you can see that the lava begins to bubble and boil as out slithers a serpent that appears to be made of flame and lava. At least it appeared to be, but once it slithers onto the land, you can see that the flame and magma drops off of its body, and it is actually a thing of flesh and bone, but it slithers forward to you, Vomm, and it is going to make it's going to start off with a bite attack on you, and that is going to be a 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, and as its bite misses, it is going to fling its tail around, and that is going to be a 19 on its tail attack.
That does hit.
All right, and that is going to be 3 points of bludgeoning damage as the tail hits you, and as the tail strikes you, you can feel that it's actually burning with heat, and that is going to be an additional 4 points of fire damage to you as well. That is going to do it for the fire snake, which is then going to bring us up to Lontil. You are up.
This room got real dicey real quick. So I would like to advance. Grab another creature. 5, 10 feet, and then another 5, 10, 15. Yeah, let's call it 20 feet here.
Alrighty.
And I would like to, using my last spell slot, to cast Fairy Fire on everything. How far are these? I can get... No matter where I go, I can only get 2 of the creatures. So I'm going to cast it, draw a little shape here. Around these 2 creatures.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So is that a dex save from the 2 of them?
Yes, a dexterity save, please.
All right, so for the fire snake, that is going to be a 14 to save there.
That is exactly what it needs.
And the ghoul is going to have a 15, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, thought I'd give it a shot. Since haste has significantly ended, I would like to use my bonus action to beast shape. You know what's coming. A giant hyena, please, GM.
All right, Lontil changing into her preferred form, I think, at this point. The giant hyena. There we go.
Thank you, and that'll be it.
And let me go ahead, make sure that you have control over this. All right, and let's go ahead and get rid of your old self. There you go. All right, so as Lontil changes into her form of the giant hyena, that's going to do it for Lontil's turn, which is then going to bring us to the Durgar, who is going to step forward, and as it does, it is going to double in size as it suddenly grows to a massive form, and that is going to do it for the Durgar's turn. That is bringing us to Vomm. You are up. Chrom, you are on deck.
This may not be the most sound tactical decision, but it is far too tempting. And death is inevitable anyway. I cast Sacred Flame on the flask.
Sacred Flame on the flask. Okay, I'm gonna say it's an automatic fail on its dexterity saving throw. A beam of radiant energy comes down, and though it doesn't ignite the oil, it does shatter the flask, which then catches on the still burning cloth left by Chrom, and it does erupt into flame. And I'm gonna say that the Durgar is then going to have to, it's gonna fail its dexterity saving throw, so it's gonna start taking some fire damage.
Ooh, nice job.
Yes, way to finish what I started.
I saw where you were going. I approved. I continued.
As you should. Thank you.
All right, so the giant Durgar now stepping forward, its left leg now beginning to be encroached by flame. It appears unfazed by it, but is still there, being on fire. Vomm, anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay, that is then going to bring us to Chrom the Crusher. You are up.
All right. Well, yes. Once again, thank you, my friend. I no longer need to worry about what's going on in that part of the world. Let's show this flame serpent our friendship. And I'll come around for a flail attack.
All right, coming to the backside of the fire serpent for a flail attack. Go ahead and roll that attack on advantage for me, please.
It was an 8 and a 15 on the die. That will bring it to a 22.
22 does hit the fire snake. Let's see that damage as you flank with your friend Vomm, crashing down with your flail.
Yes. And with my savage attacks, the first roll was only a 6, so I re-rolled it and got an 8 for maximum damage. That's 13 points of bludgeoning.
13 points of bludgeoning damage onto the fire snake. Very nicely done. As it hits, your flail is technically a magical weapon. So you can see that as your flail strikes, there's a moment of, as if a slight bit of resistance that immediately gives way, and the fire snake takes the full amount of damage.
Yes,
Chrom,
it does.
anything else from you?
No, I just want to thank those who dote upon us and give us these amazing magical weapons.
Alrighty, that is then going to bring us to, unfortunately, everything else. So, the Goblin boss is going to, seeing the giant hyena, is going to step over here and is going to use its multi-attack to make 2 attacks at the hyena with its scimitar. The first one on a normal roll is going to be a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. Alright, so that is going to be 5 points of slashing damage. Its second attack coming in is a little more unwieldy, and so it's rolling at disadvantage, only going to be a 6 to hit.
Nope.
All right, so that's going to do it for the Goblin boss, which then brings us to the Ghoul, who is going to step forward and actually come towards you, Chrom, and is going to make a attack at you with its claws. That is going to be a 10 to hit.
I laugh at him.
All right, so nothing happening whatsoever from the Ghoul, which is then going to bring us to the Fire Snake, who is going to continue on to Vomm. Its first attack with its bite is going to be a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
So it bites into you with its jaw, and that is going to be 3 points of piercing damage as well as an additional 5 points of fire damage. And then as it immediately releases you from its mouth, it swings around to hit you with its tail, but that's only going to be a 6 to hit. Nothing happening there. So that's going to be it for the Fire Snake, bringing us to Lontil. You are up.
I see this Duragar, this tiny little man, suddenly double to the size that I am. I must always be the biggest in the room, and I'm going to bite at him.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
That is going to be, let me just double check, 15 to hit.
15 does not hit the Duragar.
Ooh, all right.
So you bite into the creature, and you find that your jaws actually clamp onto the scale mail that it is wearing.
I understand now that I might have I've underestimated my enemy. That'll finish my turn.
Okay. That is then going to bring us to the Durgar. That starting its turn in the fire is going to take an additional, 6 points of fire damage there. Not bad. But it is going to then step out away from it and is going to, in addition to flanking you, it is also now massive and is going to swing at you with its war pick. And that is going to be, that's going to be a 20 to hit.
Sure, yep.
All right, so that will be 15 points of piercing damage as it crunches into your backside with its war pick.
Still doing okay. Okay.
All right, and that will do it for the Duragar, bringing us to Vomm. You are up. Chrom, you are on deck. Because
Right.
Fess, how you doing?
I'm in the audience, so, Lilith and I, we've got popcorn and hot tamales and a flask, so it's pretty chill here. I'm just saying if you die, it's not that bad.
Vomm, you're up. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna swing my hammer at this snaky thing's head.
Alrighty, so coming at the fire snake.
That'll be a 22.
22 does hit the fire snake. Go ahead and roll damage.
6 bludgeoning.
6 points of bludgeoning damage. Very nicely done. It is still looking... Vomm, quick question. Is your weapon magical?
It is not.
It is not. So, you smash into the head of this fire snake, and you can feel that it does not take as much as you were anticipating. Alrighty. Vomm, anything else on your turn?
No.
Alright, that is then going to bring us to Chrom the Crusher. You are up.
Alright, seeing how effective that first swing was, I'm just going to do the same thing. Swing again with the flail.
Alright, swinging with the flail.
Very good. 19 to hit.
19 on the fire snake does hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
Alright, and even with the savage attacker, that is only 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Only 9 points of bludgeoning damage. As you swing in with your flail, that is able to do full damage on it. You see that in a crack, spurts of flame and ember erupt from its head, and the Vomm, you can see as it was attacking you, the flames that are behind its eyes extinguish, and it falls to the ground.
Ooh.
I was worried
Alright.
it would for a second.
Okay.
I like that in the Gauntlet.
Chrom, anything else from you?
I will now turn my attention to this ghoulie and just do my little circle around, lock eyes. You want to fight me, ghoul? Not my friend Vomm. Fight Chrom.
Alrighty. That is then
Trying
going
to-
to bring us to the Duragar. Wait. Nope, sorry. That is going to bring us to the ghoul. Well, the ghoul and the goblin boss, they're acting at the same time. So the goblin boss will go first. It is going to be attacking you, Lontil, in your hyena form. Once again, it is going to use its scimitar for the first attack. And that is going to... Wow, 7 on both of them. That's going to be an 11 to hit.
No. AC is 12.
Nice. Its second attack, normally at disadvantage, but now a straight roll because of flanking with the Durgar. That's going to be a 10 to hit, so that's not going to do it either. The goblin boss is not having the best of times. Okay. That then is going to bring us to the ghoul, who is going to attack at you, Chrom, again with its claws. Man, I cannot catch a break. That is going to be an 8 to hit.
Absolutely not.
Alrighty.
Let's do this then.
That then is going to bring us to Lontil. You are up.
Feel this pesky little nip at my heels. I would like to turn around and bite at the goblin boss.
All right, turning around and biting at the goblin boss. Go ahead and roll that attack.
Oh, that's 7.
7
Not gonna do it.
is not going to do it, unfortunately. Anything else from you, Lontil?
Yes, I would like to double down and use my Hungry Jaws feature to bite again at the goblin boss as a bonus action.
Okay, go ahead and make that attack.
Much better. That is 17 to hit.
17 just hits. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
That is going to be 6 points of piercing damage to the little bugger.
6 points of piercing damage. Very nice. Lontil, anything else from you?
I would like to just move. Sorry. With that, the hungry jaws, I do regain a few hit points.
Yes, you get your
So
temporary
let's
hit points
bring
from
that
that.
up. Yep. So then don't like being surrounded. I am going to. Oh, I'm gonna back up. No, don't draw anything. Back up here.
All right. As you do, you leave the area of attack of the goblin boss. He is going to take an attack of opportunity on you. That's a 25 to hit.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
All right, and that is going to be 7 points of slashing damage as he cuts at you with his scimitar.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty. Anything else on your turn, Lontil?
I am finished.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the Durgar, who is going to continue to move with you and is going to make its attack at you with its war pick. Because it is massive, it gets to do so at advantage. It's going to be a 14 to hit.
Yep.
All right. And you suffer 9 points of piercing damage as, again, it continues to bash onto your backside with this pick.
All right. Okay. Still up.
All right,
Just
that'll do it for the Durgar. Vomm, you are up. Chrom, you are on deck.
Right. I'm going to step forward and try and crush this thing's head.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack for me on advantage because you are flanking with Chrom.
23.
23 does hit the ghoul. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
That'll be 9 bludgeoning.
9 points of bludgeoning damage onto the ghoul. Very nicely done. Anything else from you, Vomm?
No, I've reached that point where I'm just very simple and straightforward. I hit things, and that's about it.
Okay, that's going to bring us to Chrom. You're up.
That's kind of Chrom's bag too now. You've seen what happens when he tries to think outside the box. It doesn't go according to plan. So instead, he will bop it with the flail.
Bop it with the flail. Go ahead and roll that attack for me on advantage because of the flanking.
Twist it. Pull it.
That is a natural 20!
Natural 20. Go ahead and roll damage onto the ghoul for me, please.
Maximum bop it! Maximum bop it!
Maximum vomit.
How much is that?
An 8 on the damage die doubles to a 16 plus 5 is 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
21 points of bludgeoning damage is definitely more than enough to take the ghoul down.
It's a thing of beauty.
Very nicely done.
Savage attack. First roll was an 8, proving the Chrom curse is broken.
Chrom, anything else from you?
Yes, I will now, seeing that this amazingly massive hyena is fighting an even massiver Durgar. Looks like Lontil has her hands full. I'm gonna move and put myself between her and the goblin boss.
Okay. Let's see here. That is then going to bring us to the goblin boss, who is going to take this time to move here and then here to stay within range, and is going to attack at... It's actually going to attack at you, Chrom. So
As it should.
first attack is going to be an 8 to hit. Not going to do it. And then it swings a second time with its scimitar, this time at disadvantage, also going to be an 8 to hit. Nothing happening with any of that. Which is then going to bring us to Lontil. You are up.
I realized should I put my back to this magma pit here, I would like to move 10 feet here.
All right, as you do so, the goblin boss is going to take an attack of opportunity on you. That's a 12 to hit.
Exactly what he needed.
All right, so that is going to be 3 points of slashing damage coming at you from the goblin boss.
Fine. And I would like to continue my assault with the Durgar. I'll take a bite.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
See how we do. Very good. 23 to hit.
23 does hit the Durgar. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
And that is going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
12 points of piercing damage. Very, very nice. All right. Lontil, anything else from
And-
you?
That'll do. That'll do.
Okay. That then is going to bring us to the Durgar, who is going to... Well, it's going to remain where it is, and it is going to attack you, Lontil, and that is going to be a natural 20 to hit.
Oh boy, this is not gonna be good.
So that is going to be 18 points of piercing damage as it crashes down onto you again with its massive war pick. Lontil, how you looking?
Hold on, doing a quick bit of math here. Woo! Still standing, but that was a big old bash to my skull.
All right, that's going to do it for the Durgar, which is then going to bring us to Vomm. You are up. Chrom, you are on deck.
Right, I'm gonna do something fun here. So as a note, as an orc, I have the powerful build feature, which means I count as large when it comes to stuff like lifting things, carrying things, shoving things, etc. I'm gonna stow my hammer. I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna try and pick up the goblin and throw him into the lava.
Okay, go ahead and give me a... it's going to be a grapple check, so go ahead and give me an athletics check.
While he's doing that, Jim, I do revert to my lizard form. Sorry, that did carry over.
Ooh, okay, so you are back to your lizard form.
Yes.
That'll be a 13
A
for that athletics
13.
check.
A 13 is actually going to... that's going to beat it. So I'm going to say you now have the goblin boss grappled, and it is... Let's see here. So I'm going to say it's an action to grapple it. It would be another action to throw it. But you now have it in your arms. Let's see here. So it will get a chance to attempt to get out of this. Anything that you want to do on your bonus action?
Nope, very happy with walking up to this little prick and grabbing him by the neck.
Nice. Okay, well, that is then going to bring us to the top of the round. Chrom, you are up.
Chrom was mid-wind up, ready to bop this little goblin, but seeing as Vomm clearly has this handled and under control, he's gonna try to go show this Durgar some friendship. So I will move around the long way this way.
Okay.
So yeah, using my full movement. Yes, I just like one little square at a time, and I will attack the Durgar from behind.
Okay, go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
17 on the die for a total of 22.
22 does hit the Durgar. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
All right. And that is 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
10 points of bludgeoning damage to the... Wow. That, I believe, is enough to do it. So you smash into the back of the head of the Durgar, and you see that it reverts back to its normal size before it is rendered... Well, I was going to say unconscious, but let's be honest, it's dead. Very nicely done. Anything else
Thank you,
from
Chrom.
you, Chrom?
That will do it. Yep.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the Goblin Boss, who is going to try and get out of this grapple. So that is going to be a contested athletics, or I'm going to need Vomm, you to make another athletics check for me, please.
17.
And that is a 16 for it to try and get out. It's not able to do so, which is then going to bring us to Lontil. You are up. Vomm, you are on deck.
Reverting back to my lizard form, and I see my friend Vomm struggling with this goblin boss. A rather familiar face comes to my memory. GM, would I recognize this goblin?
You know, it does look somewhat familiar to goblins that you have run across in the world of Ravnica, but you don't recognize it by name.
Thank you. That's what I needed. But I would like to slowly, menacingly walk up with my scimitar drawn, hold it to his throat, and say, "You are nothing like some of the others I know. Why don't you just go burn? Vomm, take it away."
Oh, dang. Lontil, give me a quick intimidation check.
Sure thing. Not great. 2?
2? Well, as you decide for extra intimidation to say this in Draconic, and it just, as it's struggling, it looks at you and is like, eh. Seems a bit confused, was unable to understand you in the slightest. That's then going to bring us to Vomm. You're up.
I'm going to hold him above my head and in Goblin say, time for you to graduate. Magma cum laude, and throw him into it.
Oh, no!
As you are just 5 feet away, he falls into the lava and, pardon me while I do this, takes... oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. 15, 22, 32, 39, 41... 60 points of fire damage. And is burned immediately to a crisp.
Note to self, don't go in the lava.
All right. Vomm, as you throw anything else on your turn.
No, I'm just going to stand there like, ta-da.
As you watch the goblin burn in this river of lava, you feel the air rush past you. And at that point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a brief intermission. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and get some more calming music going on here.
Magma cum laude still has me dying.
Oh, Vomm, my respect
I hate you,
for you.
James, but I love you at the same time.
So,
That was the
folks,
best Gauntlet pun so far, I think.
we are going to take a brief intermission so that our players can stretch their legs, get something to eat and drink. We will be right back. Before we go, a quick reminder that we are getting closer and closer to unlocking that labyrinth. I believe we're now 97% or 98% of the way there. And also, we are doing our follower giveaway. For every 50 followers, we're giving away minis. If you're new in the audience and would like to give us a follow, we would love to have you here at the Adventurers Pack. Don't go anywhere. We will see you in 5 minutes. Bye, all. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get going, I would like to just give a big thank you to an anonymous cheerer for the, my gosh, I believe that's, 6,000 bits? Yeah, my gosh. And also a big thank you to Babs for the 500 bits. Thank you both so very much. We certainly do appreciate it, and man, Vomm, we are already a quarter of the way towards your armor.
Excellent.
Yes. So, we have been well met. I think before we get going, I don't have anything else to say. So I think, I would like to, before we go ahead and give another shout out to the charity that we're doing this month, the Love Coalition. Wait, hold on. Yes. So please go ahead, check out their information below our video in the widgets. It would mean the world to us. Players, are we ready to continue on in the Gauntlet?
Triumphantly.
All right, triumphantly. Let's see. So, having defeated the ghoul, the fire snake, the Durgar, and the goblin boss, the air is pulled out from, the ground is pulled out from under you, and the air rushes by as you find yourselves against the canyon wall, where you see two creatures. One you are very familiar with, the giant hyena that doesn't look quite the same as the form Lontil takes, but you are very familiar with it as a creature. And up at the top of one of the craggly cliffs of the cliffside, you can see a giant vulture peering down at you with its hungry eyes. And at the top of the round, that's going to be Chrom. You are up. What would you like to do?
Oh boy, well, not a lot else to do but to move forward and try to bop this hyena. Oh wait, that's the wrong accent.
I like the new Chrom.
Yes, during the break, Chrom stepped into a western. We'll bop it with the flail.
All right, bopping it with the flail. Go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
That is 15 to hit.
15 does hit the giant hyena. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
All right. And with my savage attacker, that is maximum damage for 13 points of bludgeoning.
13 points of bludgeoning damage on the giant hyena. A very nice opening volley. Anything else from you, Chrom?
That'll do it for me.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the giant hyena, who is going to bite back in response. It's going to open up its massive jaws. That is a natural 20 on the die. Uh-oh. That is going to be 17 points of piercing damage as it bites into you, Chrom.
Yes, that hurts, but I'm still up.
Okay, very nice. So, still up. That's going to do it for the giant hyena, which is going to bring us to Lontil. You are up.
About how high up on the cliff there does the vulture look, GM?
It is about 15 feet high. So
15 feet off the ground.
Yes.
Okay. I know just how scary that hyena is, but I see Chrom's massive flail come down. I would like to advance here, whirl my hands once more, and softball size whirl of flame comes, and I will chuck it towards the hyena.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
Very good, 22 to hit.
22 does hit the giant hyena. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
And this is D8. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is a spit range spell attack. It is 1d8 fire damage. That's going to be 8 points of fire damage to it.
8 points of fire damage. Very nice. Anything else from you?
Nope, I'm finished there.
Alrighty, and that is then going to bring us to the giant vulture, who is going to fly around and is actually going to come down at you here, Chrom, and is going to use its multi-attack to make 2 attacks at you, once with its beak and its talon, and because of pack tactics, is going to do so at advantage. That first attack with its beak being a 10 to hit. And then it's going to come down at you with its talons. That's going to be a 14 to hit.
Still no.
All right, and that is actually going to do it for the giant vulture, which is then going to bring us to Vomm. You are up.
Right, I'm going to stay where I am, but I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the hyena.
right. That is a wisdom save?
Correct.
All right. With a 15 on the die, that is going to be a 16 total.
Succeeds.
All right. So the bells toll, but not for the hyena. Vomm, anything else from you?
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. Then, at the top of the round, you can see that stepping forth onto the other ledge here at the top, a giant eagle has taken perch. And it, too, is now going to swing down and take an attack at Chrom. Its first attack, and also flanking now with the giant vulture, so its first attack is with its beak, and that is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yep, that'll do it.
All right, that'll be 9 points of piercing damage.
And that'll do it.
All
Chrom
right.
goes. The only thing worse than birds are giant birds. Chrom hates giant birds as he collapses unconscious once more.
Collapsing unconscious onto the ground, the giant eagle continues its onslaught then with its talons. That is going to be a 20 to hit the unconscious Chrom. Chrom, that is 2 automatic failed death saves.
Great.
Which is then going to bring us to Chrom. It is your turn. I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
Drum roll, please.
Wow.
Oh boy.
The audience has popcorn, I'm just saying. It's very nice here.
Natural 1.
Natural
So-
1.
Out.
Chrom
Join Fess in the chat. Chrom is dead.
falls.
We've got popcorn! We've got a flask! We've got popcorn! We've got hot tamales! We're gonna be fine!
I like how
It's really good. Lilith can attest.
I like how technically that's 4 failed death saves.
Yeah, it is.
I failed extra hard.
Wow. Well, that's then going to
Chill,
bring
it's
us
great here.
to the giant hyena, who is going to move over here to give an attack to Lontil. That is going to be a 20 to hit Lontil.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That is going to be 7 points of piercing damage as it bites into you. It rolled
That's
really
enough.
low.
I'm down.
Oh, it is okay. Let me check something here.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're doing.
Yep. So, as Lontil goes down, it is going to use its rampage bonus action to move. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's see. 20. It is able to move its 25 feet to, as a bonus action, make an attack against you, Vomm. And that is going to be a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Does not hit. All right, that's going to do it for the hyena, which is going to bring us to Lontil. I need you to make your first death save for me, please.
Yep. That's a 7.
A 7. So we have our first failed death save from Lontil. That then brings us to the giant vulture, who is going to fly over and attempt to attack you, Vomm, using... Oh, and before anything else can happen, Chrom the Crusher in the chat is going to redeem Agent of Chaos on Vomm.
Oh, wait,
See?
we can do it from the audience?
You're in the
Oh,
chat.
Crap.
So-
Oh, well.
Inspiration sometime.
Let's go ahead and spin that wheel of chaos on the last remaining Vomm. What's gonna happen? Resistance! Vomm! This is a positive benefit. For the next 3 turns, you are resistant to all damage.
Oh, I am so hyped for this.
And now, the vulture is going to attack you on advantage because of pack tactics. Ooh, that is going to be 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, so that was its talons, and that is going to be 6 points of slashing damage, reduced to 3. Then it comes at you with its beak. That is also going to be a 24 to hit. And that is then going to be 8 points of piercing damage, reduced to 4. That is going to do it for the giant vulture, and Shady Scott has just redeemed Sabotage for the next enemy attack. Vomm, you are up. Oh,
as I pull my hammer.
But Vomm,
This
I'm
is how I
sorry.
like it.
Before you can do anything else, Emmy the Odd has also redeemed Agent of Chaos on you, so let's go ahead.
Yeah, this is a new audience thing to me, and there's only one person I got to do it on, so
Okay.
sorry. You know what, Mom? This is because I saw you do that arm wrestling thing. So
Vulnerable. Vomm, for the next 3 turns, you are now vulnerable to all damage.
Oh, it just cancels out. Great.
It just cancels out. Vomm, you were going to swing your hammer, I believe.
Oh, it was about to be so good.
Right.
Alright.
Aw, dang.
My blood for Grumsh.
That.
Hyena first.
All right,
And I am
swinging.
going to use my inspiration to give myself advantage.
Using inspiration to give yourself advantage. Go ahead and roll that, and I'm going to say that this happens afterwards, Shady Scott.
Non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20. That does hit. Go ahead, and as you are rolling damage, Shady Scott has also redeemed Agent of Chaos on you. My goodness, this is what happens when players go down. We're going to spin that wheel one more time. Lights out.
I swear I must have done something to deserve this.
Lights
No, we're
out.
trying to make you invincible so you can solo clear this room.
Exactly. We're just hoping
not
for some
working.
extra luck. Oh, no.
So, Vomm, you have had darkness cast upon you. Let me see here.
I really wanted to see my good friend
Cool.
Bob solo this room.
It might actually help you.
That might help.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that you were able to roll damage before this did anything, so go ahead and... how much damage was that on the hyena?
Max damage for a total of 11.
Total of 11 points of damage on the giant hyena. Very nice. You're not sure what happened because, well, as you hit it, you suddenly can't see anything. All right, that's then going to bring us to the top of the round of the giant eagle, who is going to fly in and is going to make a... Well, yeah, he's going to make a perception check to see if he's... Well, no, that would be a survival check. It's going to see if it can get to you. Flying in, it gets to here, and it misses you. Okay, that's then going to bring us to the hyena, which is going to make its attack at you at, let's see here, yep, at disadvantage. Oh, very good. That's gonna, well, no, that's still a 22 to hit.
Oh, a disadvantage. My word. Yes.
That's gonna be 10 points of piercing damage, as in this darkness you feel these jaws crunch into your arm. You can feel the blood pouring out. That's gonna do it for the hyena. Lontil, I need you to make a death saving throw for me, please.
Come on, nat 20. Oh, no, that's also a natural one.
So that is
No way.
So-
no
failed
way.
death saves for a total of 3. Lontil is
Yep.
now dead.
We've rolled 3 natural ones on death saves in this.
That's going to bring us to the giant vulture, who, due to pack tactics, is going to be rolling out a straight roll. Its first attack with the talons is going to be an 18 to hit.
Just hits.
That's going to be 8 points of slashing damage, and the 8 that it that to hit on its beak is not going to do anything at all, which is then going to bring us to Vomm. You are up. What would you like to do?
Rather than being up, I am down. It was not such a glorious last stand.
And as Vomm falls to the ground, the air rushes past, and all 4 of you wake up in the sanctuary. Congratulations, we have had a TPK. I cannot remember the last time that we have had one of these. You are all back at full health, full spells, full everything. So, and also for Shady Scott there in the chat as well, you will be coming back next time with full everything. So, players, go ahead and refill everything.
Oh, I'm refilling it.
While you are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and reset the rooms. I would like to take this time and ask you all, what are your thoughts? What are you feeling tactics-wise? What have you learned? What do you need to have prepped and ready to go?
I'm going to stand up and show everyone exactly on my belt where I keep my potions. And say, look, guys, obviously you are the best of friends and noble fighting companions. But in case of emergency, they are right here. So you know, it's okay. Pour
Crumb's
straight down my
squeezed
throat. Totally fine.
really hard at the healing potions, and yes, I'm sure.
Right there.
Sure, Chrom will remember that. And
I'm sure, Chrom, I believe in you.
remembering things.
I'm honestly not. I'm not super great at focusing myself, but I believe in you. And I believe in us, and I believe in our friendship, and hopefully I will remember. Where do you keep yours?
Chrom lifts his loincloth just a little bit.
Oh, okay, Chrom. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right.
Keep them warm in there. They go down easier when they're warm.
When they're warm,
Oh.
I suppose they don't taste very good. So
You might think twice before you poach the healing potions off my dead corpse, Fess.
so I'm not afraid of such things, Chrom. And then I'll just like stand up on tippy toes and ruffle his hair. All right. How about everybody else? How are we feeling strategy-wise for this next room?
Well, we go back to the magma. I believe it might be at our advantage if we utilize maneuvering our opponents into that. I might be able to use my thorn whip to drag them and maneuver them wherever I need, if that's a possibility.
I really enjoyed watching from the audience where you threw the goblin, by the way, Vomm. I mean, the school pun went a little bit over my head. Lilith had to explain it to me a little bit, but it was still fabulous.
Glad you approve.
Oh, yes. Solid.
And
mentioning.
now that I know we have flying creatures coming up, I might be able to cast a vertical spell that I can maneuver around the battlefield to aid in those pesky giant birds we saw.
The birds were birds in the first room, correct? Or were they in the second room?
Second.
I got so excited in the audience, it just all was a little bit of a blur. All right, so when we get to the second room, I will be sure to bring out my crossbow.
Also,
If you see we do fight them.
Now that Chrom feels rejuvenated, Chrom will hit things even harder now.
I have all of my smites back and all of my healing back. It's gonna be delightful.
Yes.
Chrom, you need to get mean. You need to get angry.
Oh, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
We love you when you're angry, Chrom. We love you
That's
when
true.
you're angry.
also,
Raging Chrom is the best Chrom.
to all of the players, as we have had a TPK, you are owed experience from the creatures that you defeated.
Ooh.
Everyone gains 360 experience points,
360. Delightful, delightful.
so that should you come across this again and have a TPK, you are able to level up and get stronger before you venture forward once again. So, with that, players, are you ready to continue forward once again into the Gauntlet?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That we are.
All right. So, with
I am
that,
tempered with popcorn.
you step forward from the door and find yourselves once again in the room of magma. So, really quick, Lontil, can I have you put your health into your Roll20 character so that we can see your health bar?
Yep. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Full health.
So, with that, oh my goodness, and I'm also on the I'm on the initiative of the old room. Top of the round is going to be Fess. You are up. What would you like to do? As you see the Durgar, the goblin boss, the ghoul, and the fire snake now in a different location.
Well, I'm feeling fortified by the hot tamales that I was eating in the stand, so this hot room is nothing new to me. I think... Let me double check my measurements here. I can't quite get to that dweller guy. Let's get to this goblin here. Don't quite like him. I'm going to cut at him with my rapier.
Alrighty, so going towards that goblin and attacking him with your rapier. Let's go ahead and see that attack roll, please.
That is a 24 to hit.
A 24 does hit the goblin boss. Go ahead and roll damage. As we are doing this, I should double check. Yes, so it looks as though everyone has Adrenaline Surge and everyone has Inspiration.
Lovely. That's going to be 7 points of piercing damage.
7 points of piercing damage on to the goblin boss. Nicely done. Fess, anything else from you now that you are back in fresh and ready to go?
That'll be my turn.
All right, that is Fess's turn, bringing us to Chrom the Crusher. You are up.
All right. Chrom feels rejuvenated and ready to go. Chrom is going to rush forward and get right in the face of this Duragar.
Alrighty.
And as a bonus action, Chrom the Crusher would like to rage.
Yes, Chrom beginning to, his muscles get a bit veiny and pulsing as the rage overtakes his body. Nice. Anything else you would like to do?
Yes, I'd like to make an attack with my flail.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack on the Duragar.
I would like to spend an adrenaline surge to re-roll that 2.
Alrighty, spending your adrenaline surge.
That is 23 to hit.
A 23 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Watch this. All right. So, that is 6 on the damage die, on the flail die, plus 7 from the rage and my strength and the goodness from the +1 weapon is 13 points of bludgeoning, plus an additional 5 plus 2 points of radiant, for a total of 7 points of radiant. For I forget what that total was.
20
now.
points of
20
damage
total.
in a single
20 total.
blow. Wow, nicely done. Taking the Duragar right across his head. You can see that he's a little dazed. He's taken down to one knee, but is still conscious and able to, no, Ben, that was 20 points of damage, not 40.
Just 20.
Yeah,
20
the
still pretty good.
that was a nice hit on the Duragar. Chrom, anything else from you?
That is literally all Chrom can do on his own.
All right, that is then going to bring us to, first off, the Goblin boss, who is going to step over and is actually going to take that time to attack Chrom with his scimitars. The first one being a 12 to hit.
That will not hit.
All right, and swinging the second time at disadvantage is a 14 to hit.
Again, no.
All right, not much coming from the Goblin boss. That is then going to bring us to the Ghoul, who is going to step over and flanking Fess here is going to attack with its claws. That is an 18 to hit Fess, and
Ha! I laugh mightily as I Neo backward.
which then brings us to the Fire Snake that is going to move towards you, Lontil, and is going to first come at you with its bite, and that is going to be an 11 to hit.
I saw you coming. I saw you.
And as it misses with its bite, it is going to attempt to hit you with its tail, and you see that one as well with the same 11 in total. All of that missing. Wow, this is going great for this room again. Which is then going to bring us to Lontil. You are up. What would you like to do?
I would like to draw the wand of the War Mage. I would like to twirl it around, and I would like to cast Flame Blade. Actually,
right.
no, sorry. Can I retract that? I just remembered something.
All right, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Recalling the fire method from before, a Flaming Blade might not be the strongest attack on this creature. So instead, I am going to simply make an attack with my spear, my regular spear.
All right, thinking twice about summoning a flaming weapon against the creature that literally just stepped out from magma, attacking forward with your spear.
That'll be a 14 to hit.
A 14 is just what you need to hit the Fire Snake. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
That is going to be 6 points of piercing damage.
6 points of piercing damage. As you stab into this Fire Snake, you can feel that the blade does not go as far in as you were anticipating. Lontil.
That'll finish my turn.
All right, that then brings us to the Duragar, who is not liking what happened, is going to take its action to grow, and is going to step over here, and that's all that it can do on its turn, which is then going to bring us to Vomm. You are up. Fess, you are on deck. Chrom, you're in the hole.
Excellent. I was hoping he'd do something like that. I'm going to move over to here, and for my action, I'm going to attack him with my hammer.
All right, go ahead
Fastest work
and
ever.
roll that attack. As you're
Every
doing that,
time we do that, it just.
Fire Guardian
That'll be,
Snake.
that'll be a
Sorry.
16.
A 16 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 16 just hits on the Durgar.
Yeah, Chrom curse on the die, so that'll only be 4 bludgeoning.
4 points of bludgeoning damage to the Durgar. You can see that its eyes are beginning to waver ever so slightly. Really quick, funny thing in chat, I just want to say Fire Gauntlet Snake is saying that whenever she hears Fire Snake, keeps on thinking that they're hearing their name called. We love you, Fire Gauntlet Snake.
We would never hurt you.
Alrighty, that is then going to bring. Oh yes, that you're still up, Vomm.
For my bonus action, I summon my spiritual weapon into that square there.
All right, summoning the spiritual weapon into that square there. Boink. There you go. And let me go ahead and make sure that you have control of it.
And with it, I shall stab the monstrous dwarf.
All right, stabbing at the monstrous dwarf. Go ahead and roll an attack for your spiritual weapon, please.
18.
18 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Better on the damage that time. 8 piercing.
8 points of piercing. So as you smash it with the hammer, you can see that its eyes go a little crossed, and then the spear summons right next to it and goes straight through its noggin. You can see the blade come out the other side. The Durgar is dead.
In
Nice
Dwarvish,
done.
I shall simply say, filthy dwarf, and spit on it.
Alrighty. Vomm, anything else from you?
No.
All right, that brings us to Fess, you're up. Chrom, you are on deck.
Alright. May as well keep going at this here goblin. I was going to have some friendship with Chrom here, but this stupid creature beneath me. That's alright.
All right.
With my rapier mightily. That's going to be 20 something. Math is done.
Sorry, was that on the goblin or the ghoul?
On the goblin.
The goblin. A 20-something will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. That's going to be 7 points of piercing damage.
There's 7 points of piercing damage coming at the goblin boss. Very nice. Let's see here. Okay, that is going to... the goblin is not liking what is happening to it. Fess, anything else from you?
That'll be my turn.
That'll be your turn. That is then going to bring us to Chrom the Crusher. You are up.
Alright, seeing this giant Durgar will grow giant and then grow small again, looks like Mom has that situation under control. Fess, I think you can handle this here too. I remember how effective that flail was last time against these fire snakes. Chrom is going to he's going to move here, and then here.
All right, as you move away from the goblin boss, it is going to make an attack of opportunity, and that's going to be a 15 to hit.
That won't do it.
All right, so you are able to get to the fire snake. What would you like to do?
I would like to make an attack with the flail.
All right.
And I would like to spend my last point of adrenaline to reroll that 5.
All righty.
Well, not much, but that is a 15 to hit.
A 15 will hit the fire snake, so go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
All right, with the savage attacker, that is 14 points of bludgeoning and an additional 5 points of radiant.
19 points of damage coming at the fire snake. That's actually exactly...
Magical.
That's exactly what you needed to cause the fire snake. It is used to being burned from the heat of fire, not from radiant energy. It too falls to the ground. Chrom,
Rushing
anything
the
else?
room.
I just like to look at Lontil and say, there you go, my scaly friend. Now go teach this ghoul a lesson.
All right. Well, that then is going to bring us to the goblin boss, who is going to make an attack at you, Fess. Its first attack being at advantage due to the flanking. That's going to be a 9 to hit. Second attack being a straight roll is going to be a 6 to hit. That poor goblin is just making a mockery of itself. The ghoul is going to attempt to attack you with its claws. That was cocked. Oh wait, and then it is also on advantage. Okay, that 18, 19, that is a 21 to hit.
A 21 just hits the shield of Kelemvor.
Okay.
How much damage, Gauntlet Master?
That is going to be 4 points of slashing damage.
All right,
Um,
all right.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Ooh,
As the ghoul claws at you.
That's going to be a soft 20, Gauntlet
Soft
Master.
20. You can feel the muscles in your body begin to tighten, but you are able to relax them and shake off what was coming onto your body. You are unaffected. That's going to do it for the ghoul, which is then going to bring us to Lontil. You are up.
I witness an amazing display of prowess from my half-orc friend here. I give him a little wink, and I will say, I'll finish off this ghouly, creepy sludge monster. I would like to advance here and hurl my spear at the ghoul.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack roll for me, please.
I'm going to... yeah, that's a 14 to hit.
14 on the ghoul, and yeah, that's going to do it. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Alright. Yes, 7 points of piercing damage.
7 points of piercing damage coming to the ghoul. Very nicely done. Lontil, anything else from you?
5, 10. Yeah, I'll continue advancing. I was here, that's 5, 10. So I have another 20 feet available to me. 5, 10, 15. And offer some friendship to,
Very
to my friend.
All right.
Yes, air fives.
That then is going to bring us to the dead Durgar, which then brings us to Vomm. You are up.
Right. Firstly, going to move here
Alrighty.
and using my hammer as I swing, I'll be like, before I dealt with you already. I'll be a 23 to hit.
23 will hit the goblin boss. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
I'll be 8 bludgeoning.
8 points of bludgeoning damage onto the goblin boss is enough. You smash onto the goblin's head, and you can hear a crack, and blood begins to pour out from its left ear. It is dead.
Lovely. I'm going to then, using my bonus action, send my spear through the air to stab at the ghoul.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll the attack for your spear, please.
Oh, probably not going to do anything with a 7.
With a 7, nope, that's not going to attack the ghoul. The spear goes through the air, and the ghoul is able to look at it and move its body out of the way. It has a strange way of moving, this odd undead creature. Anything else on you, Vomm?
I am reduced 10 feet, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I'm going to move here.
Alrighty. Brilliant. That then is going to bring us to Fess, you are up, Chrom, you are on deck, and also thanks to Shady Scott, Chrom, you have an adrenaline surge back. Also, a reminder to all of the people in the chat, characters can have up to 3 adrenaline surges saved. So if you're holding on to those because you want to wait until they're gone, you can stack those up. All right. Fess, what would you like to do?
Oh, I just feel so happy and loved here with all of my friends, and I'm going to attack this ghoul as nature intended.
Alrighty.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
17 will hit the ghoul. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
Amazing. Righteous vengeance upon the ghoul. That's going to be 9 points of piercing damage upon it.
9 points of piercing damage to the creature. Fess, anything else from you as you stab into it with your rapier of vengeance?
No, that's enough vengeance for 6 seconds.
Alrighty, that then brings us to Chrom. You are up.
All right, Chrom. Seeing that this fire snake went down so easily, he whips around the room to see what else remains. Looks like we're gonna have a ghoul party. As completely surround the sucker. Chrom will
no.
flail on advantage.
We play as light as a feather, stiff as a board.
That is a 3 to hit.
23 to hit?
Yes, a 23 to hit.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes, I will try to lift it in the air with my flail, as if we are playing light as a feather, stiff as a board. There we go. Oh, very nice. That is 12 points of bludgeoning damage and an additional 7 points of radiant damage for another 19 points of damage.
Another 19 points of damage as you are all surrounding the creature, or as Ben in chat is saying, playing flanking Foursquare. Chrom, you, with an uppercut with your flail, crack it across the jaw, and though its body may not be light as a feather, its neck was stiff as a board, causing its head to go flying through the sky. It too is dead. Chrom, anything else on your turn?
I would like to put my hand in the middle for a group high five!
Yes! Group high fives!
All right, well, as the group high five is being engaged, or anyone who is participating in it, the air once again whips around you and you find yourselves in darkness for but a split second until you find yourselves pulled to the cliffside where you now see the giant hyena, the giant vulture, and now, rather than hiding, the giant eagle, which is perched on the cliffside as well. As this appearing happens, it is going to bring us to the top of the round, which is actually going to be the giant eagle, which is going to fly down with its speed. Let's see here. Yeah, it's actually got the speed to make it all the way down to you, Fess. And it is going to use its multi-attack to start off with its, first with its beak. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
No!
The second with its talons, which is even lower than that, we all know does not hit the shield of Kelemvor, which is then going to bring us to the shield of Kelemvor. You are up, Chrom, you are on deck.
Alright, this bird didn't fly away?
It did not fly away, no.
Excellent, then I'm going to slash at it mightily with my rapier.
All right, slashing at it mightily with your rapier.
I'm going to use my adrenaline surge to re-roll that 3.
Okay.
That is another 3, so it was destined for me to miss. Kelemvor meant it this way.
All right, so flailing wildly, you are unable to hit the giant eagle. Fess, anything else from you?
That's a sign I should just stop.
All right, that then is going to bring us to Chrom the Crusher. You are up.
All right, I thought I said this already. Chrom hates giant birds. He's gonna move over here and attempt to take this giant eagle out of the sky.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
Is this flanking here, or do I need to move more?
I'd say to get flanking on this, you would actually need to move up one more. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, large creatures are kind of interesting.
All right, that's a soft 20 to hit.
Soft 20 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me. And actually, Chrom, how much movement speed did you have left?
None. After that, that was the full 30.
All right. Would you... let me... technically, if I recall correctly, you would have to be here to flank. I believe you would have been able to get there.
Let's see. Maybe if I went the other way around.
Yeah, I think you could make it.
Yeah, I definitely
all right.
could.
Friendship! Friendship!
Yes.
All right,
Full
so
friendship. So yeah, soft 20 to hit.
soft 20 hits.
One short of maximum damage on the 2 damage die. So that is a 15 points of bludgeoning and an additional 7 points of radiant.
22 points of damage. 22 points of damage onto the giant eagle in one go. Dang, it did not like that. It looks like you may have actually crippled its one of its legs.
That was the intent.
That was painful. Chrom, anything else from you?
Nope. Chrom is satisfied with that.
All right. Also, Shady Scott has redeemed an adrenaline surge for Fess. Looks like we are keeping everyone up on the points there. It is going to bring us to the giant hyena, who is going to come over to you here, Chrom, and is going to make its attack on you with advantage for the flanking. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
And it's going to be 11 points of piercing damage as it bites into you, reduced down to 5 because of the rage.
Because of the rage.
Alrighty, and that's going to do it for the giant hyena, which is going to bring us to Lontil. You are up.
All right, first, GM, I'd like to just roll quickly to see if I recovered my spear in time before we advanced.
Thank you so very much for that.
That is a 15 on the die.
15, yeah,
however,
you're good to go.
I'm not going to be utilizing the spear as much in this room. I would like to drop my spear to the ground, move 10 feet forward. 10 feet forward here. I would
Alrighty.
like to, with my Wand of the War Mage, begin to draw a circle up towards the sky. A wonderful bright pool of radiant energy seems to form, and a giant 40-foot tall cylinder of moonlight strikes down from the heavens onto this eagle here.
The eagle or the...
Casting a giant eagle, yes. Casting Moonbeam, which is a cylinder in a 5-foot radius, meaning just big enough
Okay.
to cover there. And at the beginning of its turn, it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty, good to know. My goodness.
And yep, that'll do.
Nice. All right, well, that is then going to bring us to the giant vulture, which is going to swing down. Oh, actually, it's a predator. It's a scavenger. It's going to see its opportunity, and it's going to come down here to come at you, Chrom. And it is going to attack at you with its multi-attack, and because of pack tactics, they are all at advantage. That is a 24 to hit with its beak.
Yep, that will definitely hit.
That is 6 points of piercing damage, reduced down to 3.
Ha, nothing.
And then a 13 to hit on its talons.
Not so lucky this time.
All right, well, that's going to do it for the giant vulture, which brings us to Vomm. You are up.
Right, firstly, I'm going to send my spear, which should still be up, slicing towards the vulture.
Alrighty. Oh, yes.
I do not currently have a spear token, but that is what it's going to be doing.
I will go ahead and put it at the vulture for you. 1 second. And
Thank you very much.
Go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
I'll be an 18.
An 18 is going to hit the giant vulture. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
5 piercing.
5 points of piercing damage onto the giant vulture. Very nice. Anything else? Well, and that's your bonus.
For my action, I cast Bless at 2nd level, blessing all 4 of us.
All right. So you have all been blessed. I believe you add a D4 to attack rolls and saving throws. Is that it?
Correct.
Alrighty. You have all been blessed by Grumsh.
Mightily so. We are ever more ferocious.
Vomm, anything else for you?
I praise the Lord of Slaughter and politely allow the next thing to take its action.
All right. And before we do anything else, Manic Pixie Travel, thank you so very much for the 100 bits. I love you so much. That is then going to bring us to the giant eagle, who needs to make a Constitution saving throw at the start of its turn, and that is going to be a 21.
Ooh, that definitely saves. Still takes half damage.
All right, so go ahead and roll the damage for
Is-
Moonbeam for me.
2d10.
Ooh. Ooh.
That is going to be 3 points of radiant damage.
3 points of radiant damage. Oh,
Not great.
So close. As it then, yep, it seems to be burning. It's going to, it's going to continue its attack on Fess. That first attack is going to be a 25 to hit.
Oh, I thought your burning would distract you. Your seeming burning. Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, that'll be 4 points of piercing damage, and the second attack
All right.
with its talons is going to be a 20 to hit.
No, ha ha ha. Must
All
try
right.
harder, bird.
And then, seeing this problem, it is going to attempt to fly away. As it does so, it is going to provoke an attack of opportunity from you, Fess.
Yes. Delightful. Would I have had
Oh.
friendship?
Actually,
bonus
thank you
on
so
that?
very much. That was sabotaged. So let's
Oh.
see here. So, Fess, you actually take 0
better.
damage because that first attack would have been that lower number, and the second one is only a 19 to hit. So,
I'm not amazing at math, but I do know that 0 is less. So I'm very grateful. Thank you, audience. We love you. All right. So, upon leaving, do I have a friendship bonus?
Yes,
Or-
because it is technically flanked as it is leaving, so go ahead and roll that attack on advantage.
Delightful. That's going to be a 24 to hit.
24 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's going to be 10 piercing damage.
10 points of piercing damage when all it needed was just that one little bit
One.
left. But that is enough.
9 points for flavor.
9 points for flavor. Very nice. I would say after that, it is well seasoned. All right, the giant eagle is down, which is then going to bring us to Fess. You are up. Chrom the Crusher, you are on deck.
All right. This moonbeam looks a little bit intimidating, so I'm going to quietly tiptoe around it as best I can and come up here to this. Well, how close could I have gotten to? I can get to true friendship from where I was standing.
True friendship.
True friendship. The truest friendship. I have to have some friendship because I was really hoping when we all did the group 5, we would turn into a Gundam or something. But this will do.
Oh, how kind.
I guess I'll have to live with advantage on attacking this vulture. I guess it's fine. That's going to be a 21.
21 hits the vulture. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Oh, 1 away from maximum. That's going to be 11 points of piercing damage.
11 points of piercing damage. Very nicely done. Alrighty, anything else from you, Fess?
That's enough vengeance for me for now.
All right, that's going to bring us to Chrom the Crusher. You're up.
Yes, seeing that the eagle was so mightily handled by Fess and she is providing that ample friendship, Chrom would like to continue his crusade against giant birds. With a natural 20.
Very nice. Alrighty. So, yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
That first one was terrible, so here comes my second with the savage attacker. Yes! That's 1 away from maximum on the
Yes!
team. The
Which
flail is an 8 doubled to a 16 plus 7 is 23 points of bludgeoning. And then an additional 5 doubled to 10 plus 2, an additional 12 points of radiant.
35?
35 points of damage.
35.
Oh my god.
I think it might be her.
That is
I think you cooked the bird.
more than enough. As you crack into the bird, you can see that a spike of the flail goes into the meat of it, or of the vulture, and the radiant energy erupts from the inside of the vulture, and it opens its beak up, and beams of yellow light erupt from its eyes and its mouth, and it falls to the ground.
Gloriously cooked by Kelemvor.
The Chrom curse is over, because if I had not taken Savage Attacker, that would have only been 17 points. Instead, nearly double.
Chrom, anything else from you?
Curse. No, Chrom Crusade is over against the giant birds.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the giant hyena, which now, without anything to help it, it's going to attack you, Chrom, and that's going to be an 8 to hit. So that's not going to do that, which is then going to bring us to Lontil. You are up.
Oh, I love this wonderful slaughter, as my friend Vomm would call it. I would like to simply move my beam of... move the moonbeam to directly over the hyena and wait for its turn.
Okay. Let me go ahead and... I'm going to clear that one. And go ahead and redraw that for me. But as you do that, Rezkin Raven has just contributed to opening up the labyrinth. Ladies and gentlemen, the labyrinth is now open.
Oh,
Sweet! Oh, happy day!
Thank you.
A big thank you to everyone who has contributed inspiration points to opening up the labyrinth. We have no idea what is in store beneath the gauntlet. But something
you
tells
do?
me
We
we're gonna find out.
We're so excited! Yes! Yes!
All right, so let's see if we are able to get you there in time tonight. So with that, Lontil has moved the moonbeam. Thank you also to Shady Scott and also to Manic Pixie Travel for the 100 bits in celebration of opening up the labyrinth. Also to Babs for the 400 bits. Oh, we are definitely very excited here.
Oh, man.
With all of this, Vomm, you are up. Fess, you are on deck. Chrom, you're in the hole. Let's see if we can get you to a sanctuary as quickly as possible.
Oh, marvelous. I'm going to come charging in towards the hyena and bringing in my spear with me. I shall roll the spear first.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack for me.
16.
16 does hit the giant hyena. Go ahead and roll damage.
That will be 6 points of piercing damage, followed up by a swing from the hammer.
Followed up by a swing from the hammer. Go ahead and roll that attack.
That will be a 24.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Which has blessed my dice this evening. That will be 7 bludgeoning.
7 points of bludgeoning damage is just enough to finish off the giant hyena as it falls to the ground, dead. Vomm, anything else on your turn?
Praise the one-eyed god.
As the one-eyed god is being praised, you all find yourselves being whisked away, and you find yourselves in a swamp-like area with a couple of dead trees. Ahead of you, you see the massive figure of, well, 3 massive figures. The one directly to your north is a large half-ogre. To the west, you see a giant toad seated in the swamp marshland, and it's just looking at you with hunger in its eyes. And to the northeast, you see a figure that you recognize as a giant spider. That, with Vomm having been the last one to go top of the round, is going to bring us to Fess. You are up. What would you like to do?
Alright, let me see how far I have to go to get to all of these fine, nasty beasties. Okay. I am going to take out my rapier and dash over here.
All right, dashing
Just
over
get
to the
there.
giant toad. Go ahead and
Wait.
roll that attack for me.
As I get there,
Mhm.
I am going to use my bonus action to cast Divine Favor, so my blade once more glistens with a gray light as I attack this creature.
All right. Your blade now glistening with radiant energy. Go ahead and roll that attack for me, please. Also, as that
Rolling
is
with
happening,
my blessings from Groom.
Shady Scott has just redeemed a total of 2,000 inspiration points to give everyone adrenaline surge and says, "Kill them all."
Thank
Oh,
you.
I intend to.
We will certainly try.
Gauntlet Master.
Yes.
That is a natural 20.
Natural 20 will hit. Go ahead
Smite!
and roll damage for me.
It's tempting. That would be the end of my spell slots. One thing.
Oh.
Do I want to do that?
You just...
No,
Gotta choose now.
I'm hesitating. Hesitating
Okay.
is death. I'm going to say no. That's going to be 3 doubled is going to be 6 points of 6 plus 4 is 10 points of piercing, and 3 doubled is 6 points of radiant damage.
So a total of 16 damage dealt to the giant toad. Very nicely done. Anything else from you, Fess?
That will be my turn.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the giant spider, who is going to use its action to shoot its web at Chrom the Crusher. So let's see here. That is going to be an 11 to hit.
Nope.
So you can see this web comes shooting towards you, and you are able to sidestep it and not be restrained by it. That is then going to have the giant spider move over to here. That's the giant spider's turn. Bring us to Chrom the Crusher. You are up.
Chrom looks around the room and realizes his hate extends beyond giant birds. It extends to all giant creatures, as he will attempt to make some friends with this frog here. Also, would like to just point out, I completely forgot to roll an extra d8 on that last critical, so it could have been even more damage. I know it doesn't matter.
Boy.
Because of my orcish, my savage criticals, could have been a lot more. Just saying.
All right, well, let's see that attack on this toad here.
Anyways, there we go. That's attack on advantage. That is a 1 and a 2 on the dice, bringing it to a total of 10.
Before I say anything, I want to remind everyone that you all have at this point 2 adrenaline surges.
Yes, I will adrenaline surge. Much better. That is 23 to hit.
23 will hit the giant toad. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Thank you, benevolent GM, for that reminder.
You are very welcome. And as that is happening, just a quick hello to Jason there in the chat. Welcome. Welcome to our show. We are doing a bunch of murder here.
All right, that is 14 points of bludgeoning damage and an additional 7 points of radiant damage for a total of 21.
21 points of damage coming to the giant toad. You can see that it's beginning to bleed profusely, but it is still standing and ready to croak. Anything else from you, Chrom?
Ribbit, motherfucker.
All right, that's then going to bring us to the giant toad, who is going to turn and make an attack. Well, it is going to make a bite attack against you, Chrom. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Oh, it didn't like that.
No, it did not like that. All right. So, does a 21 hit?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
All right. So rather than taking damage, it opens up its giant maw and swallows Chrom entirely.
Big maw.
Chrom, you are now grappled, blinded, restrained, have total cover, and at the start of your turn, you're going to be taking some damage.
At least nothing can hit me in here. Total
All right.
I'll take it.
That's our Chrom, always seeing the outside of things.
Yeah, think positive, Chrom. Yeah.
That's
I'm
then
really
going-
not seeing much of anything right now.
That's then going to bring us to Lontil. But before anything happens, a quick thank you to Jason for redeeming Adrenaline Surge. Well, we are winning and dying. Jason, you get to choose who gets that Adrenaline Surge of the players. We've got Chrom, who was just eaten, Fess, who is our Paladin, Lontil, our Druid, and Vomm, our Cleric. Lontil, you are up. What would you like to do?
Yes, I would like to advance 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to the middle of the room here, and I would like to once again whirl my wand in front of my face, call to the heavens, and resummon my moonbeam, which is still active, around the giant spider.
All right, resummoning your moonbeam around the giant spider. And at the start of its turn,
Yeah.
it will take that check. Anything else from you, Lontil?
Yep. That's it.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the half-ogre. Seeing a smaller lizard come towards him, he is going to move forward and is going to attack you with his battle axe. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right, and that is going to be, not too bad. 10 points of slashing damage. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Yes, 10 points of slashing damage, as it rolled both the same on both times.
All right. I'm going to make a Constitution saving throw for my spell
All right.
with Bless. That is going to be a 10.
A 10 is exactly what
10
you need
exactly.
to keep it up. Very nice. Thank you, Bless. All right.
Mhm.
That is then going to bring us to Vomm. You are up. Fess, you are on deck. And also, really quick, looks like Jason has chosen to give that adrenaline surge to Fess, putting you...
Thank you.
Yes. Vomm, what
Needed
would you
to
like
carve
to do?
my friend out of this frog.
It's true.
Sentences you only hear playing D&D.
I would hope.
Firstly, I'm going to send my spear, which is still active, slicing towards the giant frog.
All right, I will put it there as you roll that attack for me.
That will be an 18
An 18 is going to hit the giant toad. Go ahead and roll damage.
for 5 piercing.
5 points of piercing is more than enough from what you needed. You catch the giant toad in its gullet. Chrom, from the inside, you feel just a little bit of a poke, though you don't actually take any damage. And the toad falls to the ground dead. Chrom, you are still inside.
Excellent. Pop the frog. For my movement, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 over to here. That was a bit flanking. And I'm going to swing my hammer into the back of this thing's knee.
All right, go ahead and swing that hammer.
Oh, I have bless. Let me just check that. Oh, okay, so it's a 15.
15 does hit the half ogre. Go ahead and roll damage.
Excellent. That will be a total of 10 bludgeoning.
10 bludgeoning damage on the half ogre. Very nicely done. Anything else from you, Vomm?
No.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the top of the round. Fess, you are up.
All right. Well, my friends seem to be handling this half ogre, and I am certain that Chrom can figure out how to climb out of this thing. He seems capable. And I'm
Question
going to theoretically, I think he knows how to climb out of a frog. I think that's in his wheelhouse. And I'm going to come over here and attack this spider.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack for me, please.
I'm throwing dice everywhere. I have no idea.
As you should. Throw them rapidly.
Recover it! Dice are for throwing!
As you are throwing dice, Manic Pixie Travel is throwing 100 bits towards us. Thank you so much, Manic Pixie Travel.
Thank you.
We love you so much. We fight for your glory.
We are now
That's going
27%
to
of the way to get Vomm's plate mail.
That's going to be a 16 to hit. Gauntlet
16
Master.
will hit the giant spider. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
Delightful. Oh, that's maximum piercing damage. So that's going to be 11 piercing damage and 1 radiant.
11 points of piercing damage, as well as 1 radiant on the giant spider.
For good measure. For Kelemvor, just.
Nicely done, Fess. Anything else from you as you stab your rapier righteously with vengeance into this giant spider?
I think that's enough righteousness for 6 seconds.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the giant spider, who is going to try and get its web back. It does not, so it is going to attempt to. It also needs to make that Constitution saving throw, and that is going to be a 14 on the save.
It's exactly what they need. 4 points of radiant damage to it.
So it takes 4 points of radiant damage. It is going to take a bite at you, Fess, and no, that's going to be a 9 to hit. We all know that doesn't do anything to the shield of Kelemvor, and it is going to move down to try and get out of this this beam, which is then going to bring us to Chrom the Crusher. Chrom, at the start of your turn, though the creature is dead, its stomach acids are still active. You take 9 points of acid damage.
Yep.
Oh, wait, no, I am sorry. That happens at the start of the toad's turn, not the start of your turn. So you don't take any damage, but you do feel the acid beginning to burn into you. You are still swallowed within the creature, but you can, as an action,
Disengorge yourself.
Yes.
actually, you can just crawl out because it's dead. You can crawl out using 5 feet of your movement, and you will be prone.
Amazing. Chrom would like to crawl out of the frog, out of its mouth.
So using 5 feet
good,
of your
he is
movement
capable.
to get out of the giant toad, you are now prone, though.
All right, I will use another 15 feet of movement to stand.
All right.
Then move my remaining 10 feet of movement forward to here, dropping my flail on the ground, drawing a javelin, and throwing it at this giant ogre.
Throwing it at the giant ogre. Go ahead and roll that attack for me.
And you know what? Might as well use this inspiration while I got it.
Yeah, you never know.
Good thing I did, because there was a natural 1 and a 17 for a 24.
24 will hit the half ogre. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
Alright. I believe, let me just double check something here about my Divine Fury. any weapon attack. It does not have to be melee. So, with the Divine Fury, that is 2d6. Let's see. I'm gonna re-roll that with the Savage Attacker.
All right, and as that is happening, a quick thank you to Kidsen for subscribing at for their second month at Tier 1. Kidsen, it's okay that we're late. We love that you're here. It is great continuing to have you here in the tavern.
Thank you, Kidson. Always good to see you. Now, that is a 5 plus 6 points of piercing damage, so 11 points of piercing, and an additional 4 points of radiant, for a total of 15.
15 points of radiant, or 15 points of damage to the half ogre. Very nicely done. Anything else from you, Chrom?
Nope, that will do it for my turn.
All right, that is then going to bring us to the dead toad, which brings us to Lontil. You are up.
I see Fess is doing a wonderful job hacking away at that spider. So for my bonus action, I would like to use my Hungry Jaws feature to make an attack on this half ogre in front of me.
All right, go ahead and let's see. Yep, go ahead and make that attack.
On advantage, right?
Yes, because you are flanking it.
All right. So that is going to be plus bless. That is going to be 18 to hit.
18 will hit the half ogre. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
That is going to be then 4 points of piercing damage, and I will regain 4 temporary hit points.
All right, 4 points of piercing damage to the half ogre. It is looking really rough, actually.
Then I would like to move the moonbeam to the to the spider.
All right, moving the half beam, the half beam, the moonbeam down to the spider. I'm going to go ahead and clear the old one. If you want to go ahead and place that. Anything else from you, Lontil?
Sure. Nope.
All right, that will then bring us to the half ogre, who is going to continue his slaughter against you, Lontil. And never mind, that's going to be an 8 to hit. That's not going to do anything. That's going to be it for the half ogre's turn, bringing us to Vomm Stigabashi. You are up. Fess, you are on deck.
All right. Firstly, my spear is going to cut through the air here and stab, or attempt to stab, into the giant spider.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll that attack roll for me.
Okay. 17 with bless.
A 17 will hit the giant spider. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hello. That'll be 8 piercing.
8 points of piercing damage onto the giant spider. It's looking rough, but it's still standing. All right, and for your action, sir.
Going to hit the other knee.
Alrighty.
Okay, and bless for good measure. I'll be 23.
23 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage onto the half ogre.
Maximum damage for 11 bludgeoning.
11 points of bludgeoning damage is more than enough to bring that half ogre down. Vomm, anything else from you?
No.
That will bring
Just
us-
going to kind of look at Lontil across the corpse of our slain foe and just be like, what?
All right,
Just
Fess,
fine.
You are up. Really quick, Kidson, thank you so much for the bit. Sorry to see you go so quickly, but it was great having you, and we hope that you get some good rest tonight. Fess, what would you like to do?
Well, I have some excellent friendship happening here, so
You do indeed.
Let's stab with some excellent righteous friendship.
Stabbing with excellent righteous friendship. Go ahead and roll that attack on advantage because friendship.
That is going to be, for giggles, 21 plus 6, 27 to hit.
Oh, yes, a 27 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
Delightful. Oh, that's going to be 6 points of piercing damage and once more 1 lonely radiant damage.
7 points of damage in total is enough to bring the giant spider down as it continues to cook in this beam of radiance. You stab at it and catch it right in the mandibles, and it falls to the ground, unmoving. Fess, anything else on your turn?
I believe that should do it for me.
All right, with that, you find yourselves whisked away, and you are back at a sanctuary.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh.
You all notice that the trap door is still closed. However, the chest has been opened.
I will go to the chest.
Check for traps.
I will check the chest for traps.
All right, heading over to the chest, go ahead and give me a quick investigation check. And as you are doing that, Cool Mint Kid, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Adventurers Pack.
Yes, well.
Thank you. Welcome. Can I investigate with my thieves tools to make it a little bit more give myself maybe some proficiency with this?
I'm gonna say just checking for traps. No, it's just gonna be an
That's fair,
investigation
that's fair.
check.
That's
But
fair. That's
good
fair.
to know that you've got thieves tools.
That is a 13.
A 13. Looking around, you don't seem to notice any sort of tampering that has happened to the chest here.
All right. Well then, I shall open the chest.
Opening up the chest, you find inside a lone key. And on the handle
This
of,
unlock the labyrinth.
on the handle of the key, you see a crescent moon.
Is there a crescent moon on the door of the labyrinth?
Are you going to check it?
Yes.
Yes, walking up to the trap door that you believe to lead down to the labyrinth, you see a keyhole, and right above the keyhole, a small carving of a crescent moon.
I think I might have a theory about what that key does.
Really?
It's
What's your
for
theory? Please,
really.
Bob, tell me. I'm
But
curious.
there's something underneath that door that this key unlocks.
It's an outhouse.
Oh.
Clearly.
Okay, so we're gonna have to force this door, and then we will find the thing underneath this locked door that the key opens. That makes sense to me.
We spent a
don't
month
really...
trying to find a bathroom.
Did I say
Around
did I
walking
say
outhouse.
labyrinth? I meant outhouse.
That's kind of rude.
Friends, let's not drag this out too much. Let's open the door.
Yes.
Alright,
Come on, let's do it.
I'll open the door.
All right, you put the key into the hole on the trap door, and it does indeed open. And as you look down, you see a ladder leading down to a dimly lit room. From here, all you can see is, rather than the more natural ground that you've seen in many of the arenas, except for the town and indoors arena, you see a tiled floor.
Well,
Do we descend?
are we going down?
I think absolutely.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I would be
As the party
disappointed if anyone had ejected.
As the party descends into the labyrinth, you find yourselves... Oh, that is the wrong music playing. Hold on.
At a party.
Yes. And you find yourselves in a small room to the direct north of you. Let me go ahead and get you guys in as well.
Oh, it's a very small room.
Yes, it is
Yes,
a
we are.
very small room. To the direct
Very
north
cozy.
of you, you can see a steel door that does not appear to have any keyholes or anything, but has a large carved handholds on it, a set of double doors. You can see a couple of tapestries to either side, and to the left, you see a portrait of a hooded male figure. And to the right, you see a portrait that has a smattering of the rooms that you are quite familiar with now in the arena. However, over it, you see text written.
I'm not going to go look at the text. I'm going to go look at the painting. Upstairs,
Okay.
This footage element.
All right, going over and
I
looking...
see the text and turn the other direction.
Heading over to the painting, you can see that it is a cloaked male figure, somewhat slightly pale skin. Go ahead and give me an investigation check if you want to really look into it.
Sure.
All right.
I 12.
A 12. Okay. Looking at this painting, you can see that the figure is likely a human, and it is holding in one hand a book, and in the other hand, there's actually a socket, an empty hole for something.
Yeah, something goes there.
I would like to investigate the text.
Okay. Heading over to the text.
I'll go over there as well.
Going over to the text, you see it read.
Yes.
It is with my great pleasure, challengers, that I may welcome you to my labyrinth. The tunnels beneath my great arena house a collection of antiquities and oddities. Rest assured, here you will find both fortune and peril. Before you venture forth, take note the challenges you may face. Though you will learn from them, you will not find any lasting experiences. And unlike the boons above, any gifts that you may find within these halls, once expended, will be lost forever. Good luck, friends. The Gauntlet Master. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end tonight's session of the Gauntlet.
There's stuff here, it's dangerous.
Where gets questions?
Sounds like we won't get our potions back.
Ooh, best be careful about what we use then. Ooh.
So,
But
for actual
what will we find?
clarification, just so that you guys are all clear, anything that happens within the labyrinth, any creatures that you might defeat, you will not get experience points for them.
Okay.
And
Okay.
anything that you find, any of the items that you have when you use them down here, you will get them back at a TPK, but any treasures that you will find in the labyrinth are a one-time use only item. Once you get them, once you use them, it's gone. So,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see what is in the labyrinth, be sure to come and join us next week on Friday, where we will go back into the Gauntlet. Well, now into the labyrinth, folks.
Can't
Man,
wait.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm so pumped. Oh, I'm so pumped.
Thank you for getting the labyrinth open, completing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done,
Kind
everyone.
audience. Thank you for letting us have this adventure. We appreciate you ever so.
Yes, this is 100% because of you guys that we were able to open up the labyrinth, from the inspiration that you've been giving, and from all of the bits that you have been giving. We are getting our players stronger, more powerful equipment. We love our audience so very much. And in the loving of our audience, we do want to give you ways to interact with us. So we have an open Discord that you are welcome to join. There is a link below the video here. I believe we might have a link somewhere. A link might be showing up. Otherwise, it's in the widgets below. It is open to anyone. You are welcome to join the Discord. We hang out in there, we talk strategy, and normally we have a post-show hangout after our shows here, but we're not going to be doing that because we are going to be raiding another channel today. The incredible Austin Hill What is an artist who is making character art for our wonderful characters here in the Gauntlet, and tonight he is going to be working on Chrom the Crusher. So we're going to go over and raid that channel. Before we do that, I do want to also give a big old thank you to all of our subscribers, to all of our followers, and another big thank you to our patrons. You guys are going above and beyond and giving to the Adventurers Pack monthly, which is letting us grow and just get better content to you. If you are interested in joining our Patreon, you get cool behind-the-scenes videos. You also get the character sheets of all of our characters here in the Gauntlet, and we also upload all of the battle maps that we use so that you can use them for your own home game. And rest assured, after the labyrinth has been cleared, I'll be giving that map to our patrons as well. So with that, thank you all to our audience. We love you so very much. Our next show is happening on Sunday, where Chrom the Crusher, well, Josh and I are going to be playing through the forest, and I'm going to go ahead and set up this raid. While that's happening, players, go give some love to our folks. We love them all.
Oh, we love you
Continue-
guys.
yeah. Continue to go above and beyond, and yeah, we couldn't ask for a better following. You guys are pretty awesome.
You guys are literally a dream come true for us. We love doing this for you guys. This brings us so much eternal joy. I can't imagine a better way to spend my time. We love you so stinking much.
And your participation just makes it so much more fun for us to play the game we already love. So thank you guys so much for supporting us.
Aw. And with that, I think we are ready to raid. Let's go ahead and see how Chrom is coming along, and we'll see you all later.
Grumsh commands that we raid.
Raid for glory!